What's happening, everybody? We here. We in it. Tuesday. We appreciate you guys checking in with us, man. We got not a whole lot to talk about, but we're definitely going to check in with our current roster, the way it sits after the draft, after the free agent, the free agents draft, and the undrafted free agents. We're going to take a look at what this entire roster looks like, and the one thing that we would definitely want to focus on is what position groups we want to pay attention to when June 1st cuts hit. And I think that's kind of why diving into it is going to be right. So, but we got some things we're going to touch on real quick, but we'll get to the chat in just a second. But I appreciate my guys rocking with me, man. We're in the Raider War Room. I got Chris Protect Show podcast as well as the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. You guys know what it is. I appreciate everybody in the building. I'm going to get to the chat in just a second. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. It is a sub-only chat, just the way we just show our appreciation to our subscribers. And so, and hopefully you guys appreciate it. So, but man, Chris, what's happening? We gonna talk a little bit about what you had going on earlier today in just a second. But how you feeling today, brother?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Like I said, I feel like we're getting closer to like just real, having real topics to talk about. A lot of speculations going, stuff starting to happen. The guys, at least a lot of the newcomers, they report on Thursday. So, mini camps right around the corner. So I'm just in a good spot, man. Feeling good.
Man, it's all starting to come back, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But again, chat, we're going to get you in just a second. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Severe, what's going on, man?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm just ready. Ready, man. There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of people talking, about who's going to do what, who's going to be on the team, how well they're going to do. Now it's time when the rubber meets the road. We about to see. We're going to see first of all, we're going to see who is actually on the roster. There's a few guys people have been talking about these people. They may be unemployed by the end of August. So we're going to see.
And that's the crazy part, man, because I know back in my day coaching high school ball, you had to make your cuts. I remember my first year coaching high school ball. I started the freshman before I moved up, and I coached 1 year freshman before I moved up. Man, my freshman squad had 93 players, and we had to cut them down because the way that we had to run it was the freshmen you only could hold as many freshmen on the roster as you had helmets and shoulder pads for. So the varsity, the JV got to hold however many they wanted.
Yeah.
We got the leftover.
We got the rest. Yeah.
And so we didn't know what we had to cut down to until the varsity and JV made their final numbers.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there going, shit, can we hold 45 or can we hold 60? We have no clue. And that's how we had to kind of start our evaluations. And so, that was kind of a crazy part. And so I say that to basically be like, look, there's a ton of talent every single year on all the teams. And it's hard to try to figure out who do you move on from, who do you cut? And there should be some quality players, even some undrafted free agents or guys that were drafted that might actually get cut because the position group that's currently on that roster is just deep. Right. It's that simple. You take a look at for example, like the Eagles defensive line. They have a deep defensive tackle room. There's someone that might get cut on that roster that could help out somebody else, so it definitely gets interesting. It's hard to cut, so many players, but it's got to happen. And we're going to take a look at it. We're going to see who might get cut, and we'll kind of break this thing down. But appreciate everybody rocking in with us. I want to say what's up to the chat. Remember, it's a sub-only chat, so make sure you guys hit that sub button, hit that like button as well. We definitely appreciate it. But Robert Pena, man, first one in the building, man. Appreciate you rolling with us on this Tuesday. Sacktown, man. We're going to talk about Bakersfield in just a second, man. I know that you said you're going to roll there, man. Hopefully we can definitely link up. You'll see the Raider War Room sign, man. Just find your way to it, man. Raider Way, what's going on, man? Appreciate you popping in with us. Rosetown, man. You're always in here. Appreciate you. Dre, what's going on? What's happening, man? Now let's see. Keep going down. Huey P, what's going on, man? I appreciate you in the building. Rafa, what's happening, man? Make sure you guys go hit up Rafa. Show some appreciation. Show him some love over there, man. Yo, Raider, what's going on? Oh, shoot, let me get to it. What's happening? Appreciate you popping in as well. Giant Ocean, what's going on? Appreciate you, man. And so First and foremost, what we want to do. See you pop in there, Jensen. What's going on, man? Appreciate you. First and foremost, definitely want to give a shout out. I'm going to say something real quick, but man, Chris, I'm going to have you take it over because I've only been able to share the screen with the guy maybe once or twice, but man, I love the content. He's always out there throwing it. But Turf, Ultimate Raider fan 32, man, his father passed away last night. Chris, you shot a message to us just to let us know. And everybody, if you can, go hit up Turf and just kind of show him the support. At the end of the day, y'all know Raider Nation, we may argue like crazy, but we have family at the end of the day, man. But I shared the screen with him a couple times. Chris, I know, man, you guys go back with this Raider content stuff. So I'm gonna let you take the floor for a second and shout out Turf.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of you guys know, man, Turf is a pivotal piece in this, especially in my world of content creating. He was one of the first people that I shared the screen with. It was the draft that we got Tyree Wilson. So that was a fun draft.
Oh my God.
I can imagine what that one was like.
Yeah, that was, but everybody knows, man, Turf is one of the most legit, solid dudes that you'll meet. You know what I'm saying? He literally will give you the last dollar in his pocket, but he has a lot of dollars, believe that. But
it's more that came
last.
I mean, just a solid dude. Yeah. Just a solid dude, man. And I just hate that for him. Me and him have had a lot of discussions because myself and Leo and his father has all kind of been dealing with some things health wise. So we kind of been leaning on each other. So just keep Turf in your prayers and in your thoughts, because he's he's the most happiest guy, always happy, always friendly. I mean, it eats me up just thinking about what he's going through right now. Like I said, that's a solid dude, man. And I hate that he had to go through that. And just keep him in your thoughts. And if you guys are linked up with them in any of the social medias, man, to send him a quick note. He's not really in the mood to talk right now, but he sees all of it, and it's really helping him kind of get through the tough times. So.
Yeah, man, 100%, man, and you're right. Unless we draft Brock Bowers, Turf is like the happiest person on the planet.
Right.
So he, at the end of the day, man, Turf, all the support and love coming your way, man, for you and your family, and hope through this rough time, because I'm lucky enough where I still have both my parents, but I just can't imagine when that day does happen. I've let my emotions out maybe 3 times in my life, and I know that'll definitely be one to add to that number. So. Can't imagine it, and hopefully time will heal wounds, but it doesn't happen quickly. So, Turf, man, we with you, man, and we're gonna see you when we see you, and when you come back, man, it's gonna be nothing but open arms, and we're gonna support you, and we're gonna be there for you, man. So,
yes, sir, indeed.
But shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate everybody showing support to Turf as well, man, and we gonna can't wait for him to be back and rocking. But man, we definitely understand. Just the time away. So, real quick, we are going to get into the second topic again. We're going to go through the entire roster, free agents, drafts, undrafted free agents, the whole now. We're going to kind of break it down and kind of see what we want to focus on. June 1, we got both our segments coming up as well. So make sure you guys hit that sub button so you guys can get included in that. We definitely had fun the last time. But SoCal, man, I appreciate you rocking with us. What's happening? Keith in the building as well. Appreciate you pulling up. I know it's like officially the off season a little bit, and so, but hey, we're still gonna have some fun. Luis, what's going on, man? But man, it's not the right Luis though. Luis, appreciate you coming. We're still looking.
We're still looking for you, man.
Bro.
Still looking for Luis.
Still looking for the other Luis, man. But yes, we did sign a giant rugby player. We hit it. We talked about that on Sunday.
We might not be the only people looking for him.
Right.
There might be several law enforcement agencies.
Man. Yeah, that's all bad. But man, guys, make sure we look out for him. Where's the flag? What's going on, man? Appreciate you popping in with us. Raiders for Chris, what's going on, man? Bakersfield, we're gonna be there. Raider Ben, what's happening, man? Make sure you guys go hit up Raider Ben, show some support over there as well. We're gonna do our 2 segments. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna look over the entire roster, try to look at what we want to look for June 1st cuts. But Raider Ben, let us know. I know you in the California area as well. if you're gonna roll down to Bakersfield, man. Because if you are, let us know. We'll definitely link up. We're gonna have a little easy up over there, and we're gonna be chopping it up with
I
everybody.
think he's in Stockton. I don't know how far that is. You know, I don't know
Stockton's
my California geographic.
It's a
He probably ain't going. No, that don't seem like a thing he'd go to.
It's a smooth ways away.
Is it? Wow.
It's a smooth ways away.
He said he is. Okay.
Oh, that'd be dope.
You are, man.
So.
Come find us.
All
You'll
right.
see a Raider War Room banner.
Yeah.
Come chop it up, man. Yeah, I think Stockton's only a couple hours away from there.
Yeah, like 3 hours, something like that.
Something like that, man. Unless with or without California traffic, plus or minus 6 hours. So
they ain't about to get me, man. They got me one time already.
Bro, born and raised next to that 405, man. I don't touch it. That made me move my ass to Texas, but now I'm in the Vegas area. But appreciate you popping in with us, Raider Ben, Taddy. What's going on, man? Appreciate you rocking with us, and Eric, what's going on? Appreciate you. So real quick, Raider Ben, you in Yosemite, man. Yosemite is beautiful. I was supposed to shit. What's that mountain? What's that crazy hike? To get to the very top. Shit, I'm blanking. But I was supposed to hit that up, and then they actually took the ropes down, so they actually didn't allow us to get to the very top, which sucks. I think the last few miles there's ropes that you got to actually have with you to get to the top, and they took them down, so I actually couldn't do it, man. But yeah, no, Yosemite is beautiful, and that's not a hell of a place to be. That's for damn sure. And so yeah, beautiful area. So real quick, let's do this. We are going to, again, just two more things before we jump into it. Oh, I got to share the screen first, which I'll do. Give me 1 second. Let's go. Bang. Raider Nation Summer Kickoff. You guys know, if you guys are in the area, not this weekend, but next, Saturday, May 17th, big Raider Nation Summer Kickoff event going down. Starts at 3 p.m. Get in line early. Go to Eventbrite. Go get your tickets. We're going to be rocking there, just chilling out, having a good time. It'll be good to put some names to faces. Family-friendly event. The guy that puts it on, Raiders Crusaders, go to his IG for more information. He's always dropping updates. Go check him out on IG. But there's going to be a bunch of games for the kids, the whole nine. So, guys, go check it out. But if you are in the area, we're going to be there. We're going to be actually doing some giveaways a little bit. So if you show up, you have an opportunity to jump in a few giveaways that we're going to have at our little booth or easy up area. And so come check us out, man. We'll definitely be having some fun. Definitely having some drinks and chatting it up with Raider Nation. It's a great way to start off the summer and start off, man, the big Raider talks. So we definitely gonna have fun. Also that night, the Clarion Hotel, they got a bar restaurant attached to it. We're gonna be there right after the event. Bars open till 2, food's served till 12. So you can get out the event, roll over there, and we're all going to be chopping it up. So, guys, make sure you guys hit it up. Raider Nation Summer Kickoff. Let us know in the chat if you're going to roll. If not, hit us up on our on social medias. Let us know because we're going to be there. And Raiders for Chris, we're rolling, man. It's going to be fun. Or the Titan, what's going on, man? Appreciate you rolling with us. Will the Raiders beat the Chiefs this year? Yes. Yes and yes. That's it. That's all you're getting out of us. But yes, we're going to make it happen. But just want to kind of give a little shout out to that. Go back up to the big screen. But before we jump into our first segment and also break down this roster, I want to give a big shout out, man. Chris, you had an interview earlier today with one of our undrafted free agents, and we broke down the undrafted free agents on Sunday. And we basically think this guy has a damn good shot. We're going to talk about it when we get into the overall roster and depth chart, but that was a fire interview, man. You had him on there. You chopped it up with them. Let everybody know just kind of how that went and break it down for us.
Yeah, man. It was real cool, man. I had a chance to have an interview with John Joyner. So if you guys haven't had a chance, man, definitely take a look. It was about 30 minutes, so it was pretty short. Wanted to respect his time. But it was just real humble kid, man. Real humble kid, down to earth. He was kind of talking about his draft day, during his combine time, actually like how he chose, he wanted to, he had a couple teams he could have chose, but he wanted to, be with the Raiders for one, being around Max Crosby, Cody Lindenberg, his co-captain. Yeah. And then also, what's his name? Our coach, Carroll. Yeah, Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, dang.
you remember you started to act like Pete Carroll.
I know, man. I'm like, man.
Uh-oh.
No, but no, it was just a real good conversation, man. And you know, he's definitely a guy that you could tell is going to put the work in. You know, he understands his strengths, his weaknesses, things he has to work on, and that's half the battle. You know, and I guarantee you, he's not only going to do the bull rush. I guarantee you're going to see a young kid with multiple pass rush moves, and he will probably get some sacks even when someone's blocking him.
I wonder if you're saying that for some reason. I don't know if you're pointing that
Just
at
saying.
somebody.
Just saying, he will make the team. He for one, he's gonna take Charles Snowden's spot ASAP, and then he's coming for one of y'all's favorite next.
One of y'all's favorite.
I love all my Raiders though.
100%. Jake Long, what's going on, man? Appreciate you rolling with us. And yeah, right away, man, rooting for Josh Joyner. Again, we broke it down a little bit. We'll talk about the depth chart, but that is one kid that, you know, we said it even before the interview that, man, the tape kind of shows that he's got the tools to make it. He's got the tools. He's got the discipline in his game. And so, you know, we'll definitely see. And this is what makes the preseason so damn exciting.
Exactly.
Let's hope he gets some decent snaps in preseason. He earns that. And he can kind of show what he's got during preseason. Jake Long, you're saying Mello Dotson, man, another kid that was surprisingly got out of the draft and didn't get drafted. But we picked him up, and definitely think he's got himself a shot, especially in this cornerback room. And Chris, we think we know who Chris is talking about. We think.
I'm just saying.
We're just all guessing at this point. We're not naming no names.
The unblocked All-American.
What's happening, man? Hey, we just talked about Bakersfield. I think you're going to be there. Come check us out, man. And make sure you get involved. We're going to have a couple giveaways just to kind of show our support to some of the subscribers. So make sure you guys come check us out. Daniel Caps, what's going on? Robert Penny likes all the Raiders except for what? No, he likes.
I like all the Raiders. I like him too. I just want him to perform worth his draft spot.
This is what we doing, Chris?
Yeah.
This is what we doing?
But hold on. Hey, for the record, I like more of the Raiders than Severe. Yeah, I bet Severe ain't gonna say that about that.
Right away, already talking about him. You told me, Tommy Malott might be safe. Touchdown Tommy, he might be safe. I know other Tommys on the team should be safe.
We got a couple more people. OJ, what's going on? OJ Raider in the building, as well as LN. You guys came at the perfect time. We're gonna do our first segment. Start them, bench them, cut them, and then for you guys that just rocked in, we're gonna go over our entire roster as it sits right now. Giant Ocean, you're saying, do you guys think Porter's gonna be a starter?
I do, for sure.
I think he's got a damn good chance. Let's put it that way. Severe, man, what's your thoughts on that? I'll throw it to you.
I think he has a chance. He definitely beating DeCamerion. I mean, definitely beating that DeCamerion. But you know, Stokes had a good rookie year, and then he's just been dealing with injury because, like, we talking about physical profiles. Eric Stokes is just at the same level of physical freak as Porter. So, you know, and he's, you know, actually been playing corner for a longer time. So, I think it'd be tough for Porter. Ideally, you would want him to start, but for sure, he's getting plenty of run, though. He's getting plenty of run.
Yeah.
And we'll see what DCam does, you know, an entire offseason. He's been humbled by one of the worst receivers in the NFL. So he comes back
stronger. You get humbled, man. I don't know how much humbling you need to do with that kid. Miller Time Game, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. Appreciate you popping in with us. And we gotta say what's up. Myra G, what's happening? Hey, Bakersfield, Clarion Hotel after the event, Myra. Clarion Hotel after the event. Bar open till 2. That's all I gotta say.
You don't need her at no bar till 2.
Okay, 159, Myra. That's your cutoff. 159. But here's the thing with me and Porter. I think, look, you draft Porter in the 3rd round to start him. Point blank period. I think you draft him with the intention that he's going to start. Now, Severe, to your point, you got Stokes sitting there that they brought him in for a reason, former 1st round draft pick. You know, just as he's got speed on him as well. He's got the measurables, the height, He's got everything that Pete Carroll looks at in a corner. And so, I think that's where the battle is going to lie, without question, is going to be Stokes and Darren Porter. And we'll see. Maybe he's not a day one starter. Maybe he doesn't start week one, but maybe Darren Porter can kind of work his way in and find himself a spot. Because with Stokes, man, it just takes him to kind of screw up just a little bit. If Darren Porter really starts to produce and perform and practice, and you see some good things in preseason, let Stokes slip up just a little bit. And if that kid's on his heels, he might take over. And so, hey, no disrespect to Bakersfield anywhere, but Myra G's Bakersfield. We just trying to be. I don't need to be going into a bar without knowing people and not having a night. I don't need a night like that. Who knows what the Bakersfield bars are? So.
Look, Myra, there's going to be bone-in wings and gray sweatpants at this place. Are you interested now? Are you interested? Well, that changes everything.
Changes everything.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the comments going to be flying now with Myra G. So, Rose Town, you're saying NFL Porter does have the preseason. I feel, however, Porter does in the preseason will determine if he's a starter or not. Does in the preseason. Okay, so I think you're just saying within the preseason, it'll determine just how he does, without question, right? This is why that preseason is going to be fun to watch, because, again, we're going to look at the roster as it stands right now. There is a common theme, and they didn't lie about it. There's a lot of competition. There definitely needs to be some help in some areas, but there definitely is going to be some competition. That's going to be fun in the preseason. So let's see. What do y'all think about Anthony Patch coming to the front office? That's the guy that we took from the Eagles, right?
Yeah,
I think he's the senior college scout, I believe so.
Yeah. Director of college scouting.
You pull anybody from that organization that knows how to build a roster, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's one thing I'll add. What's happening, Billy Davis? What's going on, man? I appreciate you rolling in with us. The one thing I will say is, obviously, we had a bunch of guys on our mind when it came to the draft, right? There's guys that I liked. Some had a last name of Parrish. I'm not going to throw it out there too much. But the one thing that I looked at is, obviously, we don't get everybody that we like. But what I do focus on is there are certain teams in the National Football League that draft very well, right? The Chiefs draft well. The Eagles draft well. The Ravens draft well. The Bucks have shown in the last 4 or 5 years they draft fairly well. The Rams do a pretty good job, right? There are teams that do a good job. And so the way that I kind of take my thought process is, if a player that I liked goes to a team that actually drafts well, then at least I was on the right track. Yeah. I'm not saying that, like, oh shit, I know what I'm talking about now. At least I know I'm on the right track and kind of measuring up to some of the better organizations that do historically draft fairly well. And so that's kind of how I take it. We really won't know how some of these players pan out for maybe 2-3 years. You got to give them a few years to see just kind of how they produce and how they develop. But that's just one way that I take into consideration. So do you guys have anything to add to that? Because, again, with that question of bringing a guy over from the Eagles organization, that front office, man, that's definitely I'm not mad at it 100%. Do you guys have anything to add to that question?
Yeah, for me, it's go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like for me, it's all about being, getting people that, for one, had that philosophy of building through the draft. Not always looking for the overpaid free agents, being able to find talent and develop talent. Like that's, teams that are good, that's their philosophy. So whenever you can get people from that who've seen it done, plus, a few years back, the Eagles needed to really build their defense. And what did they do? They went to look at the best college defense and get those guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. Yeah. Georgia Bulldogs, so first or second best defense every year. Let's go ahead and get their best players and let's develop them. And now they have one of the best defenses probably the best defense in the NFL. And we didn't help them because we let a certain guy drop right into their lap. But, we're not even going to talk about a generational talent that we let go there. But regardless, so I'm all for it. I'm all for it, and I'm actually not mad at that guy that we got from the Broncos too. We got a guy from their front office.
From their front office. I forget his name.
Yeah,
I'm with you. J Money, what's going on, man? Severe. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Anytime you can poach a guy that Howie Roseman, who quite possibly the best GM in all of football, leaned heavily on, was one of his most trusted people. Some people just described him as his right-hand man. Anytime you can pull that guy over into your organization, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right. So, you always want to surround yourself with as many qualified people as possible. And we got two young guys, in our personnel department right now that were highly respected around the league in Spy Tech and in Patch. So, that's where it starts. It starts in the front office. You get the front office right, everything kind of flows down from there. So, I think that's a very, very positive development for the Raiders.
Yeah, front office right, get that coaching staff right, because that's a massive part of it as well. And you get that all right. Because remember Sirianni's introductory meeting or his press conference when they hired him, and just how bad the Eagles fan base blew up. Like, who the hell is this guy? Get this guy out of here.
Be patient, man. Be patient.
Be patient. Be patient. I'm with you. You got to, again, severity point starts with the front office, right? Trust that front office, and hopefully they can pull the things together. Miller, Time Game, any thoughts on Wilkins' foot? We're going to do our starting bench of cut in just a second. Definitely want to show some support to people, answer a couple questions. Any thoughts on Wilkins' foot? And will we see a new D-line? I think that was a smoke screen with the foot. He's out there practicing. There's already footage of him going full speed, so I think the foot's fine. You guys got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I get tired of just kind of hearing about it. So I hope that, there's no, it's not a smoke, there's fire type situation. But yeah, I'm the same way. I thought it was a smoke screen. If there is something going on, hopefully it's something minor that, that will be ready when, by time training camp comes. But, to be honest, as long as he's ready for game one, I'm cool. I'm not even about trying to rush him back. Make sure he's fully ready to go, so we can rock out.
When he's, there were so many ties to us and Mason Graham. You just never know. You might front office like to play games,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And so you put him in a boot, saying that there, might be something going on, and next everybody thinks we're getting Mason Graham,
right?
And so it's like, now mind you, he didn't drop to us, so but. You kind of just throw that feeler out there. And again, I thought it was a smoke screen. Severe, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, he's been participating. So until we hear something concrete, I'm just going to assume that he's healthy until I hear otherwise. So, we definitely need him this year because we're going to have, we're at a very young secondary. So we're going to have to generate a whole lot of pass rush up front. So he's going to be one of those guys we sorely need. So I'm hoping he's all right.
Yeah. So Troy, good. What's happening, man? Appreciate you. Any news on the Raiders? Not a whole lot of news. Obviously, we talked about the new addition to the front office. I do think we actually signed a linebacker from Baylor. Maybe we'll talk about that on Sunday. We'll do a little more research on him, but we did bring in, I think, a linebacker from Baylor.
Yeah.
And so, but
another one because Matt Jones from Baylor too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Jones.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Undrafted free agent. How long do you think Genty rides the bench before he gets a chance? I think one preseason game. One preseason game.
He'll probably be on the bench the whole preseason. Probably he probably won't.
I won't be surprised.
Maybe. Yeah. I'd be curious what Pete Carroll did. How he managed his playing time in preseason. I might go back and just take a look and see, did he start all of his guys? Did they get, typically your starters only get one series at one of the games. Usually it was the last preseason game. Now they're starting to do it the second preseason game and the last preseason game.
It used to be a third one. It used to be the third one. And then the fourth one was all bench players.
Everybody, yeah.
Exactly. Back when there was four. You're right. You're right. So maybe I'll go back and take a look at just kind of what Pete Carroll did and how he managed the preseason stuff, because there's two different ways to look at it. Some coaches, head coaches, they don't want their starters playing at all. But then you got Dan Campbell that says, man, you need to start to feel that hitting before you go live week 1, because then you ain't prepared. So there's definitely differences in the way you go about it. So maybe I'll go back and check.
See, I'm more of a joint practice guy, as long as they don't fight, and waste time with the fights. But I like
fight.
I know I don't know
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, but I always like hearing the one-on-ones and just how those practices and scrimmages go. To be honest.
PDL, you man, appreciate you popping into this. Yeah, you think Spy Tech just might be the biggest addition to the Raiders in years? I think he has it got together. You can't hate on what he's doing so far. A lot of people kind of because they hesitated at the free agents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we would have gotten a better guard in free agency, but we'll see how it kind of plays out. But I think you could probably say 80%, 85% of what this team has done in the preseason actually has made this roster better. So
he managed the money well. I will say that.
Yeah. Keokes, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. What's happening, man? Appreciate you popping in with us. I think you might be. I haven't seen this name before. I haven't seen unless you changed it. Some people like changing on us, like Jeff over in New England likes to change his name half the damn time. But man, if you're a new one, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate checking in with us. Let's see, Giant Ocean. I get the feeling the Raiders are going to have a very united team this year for sure. It looks like it. And I'm curious to see. They were supposed to go to Napa, but they're not doing that anymore. I'm gonna see what they're going to see do in the offseason for training camp. Jen Slinger, what's going on? If the first preseason game is in that Death Star, Genty will ride the bench exactly 0 seconds. Fire that crowd up. Yeah, maybe.
They're throwing T-shirts. This is the most
right.
Exactly. That'll be the way he fires.
Doing the whole coach ear to the.
Billy Wayne, what's going on, man? Okay, let's get in that first segment. Let's have fun with it, man. I appreciate everybody in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna get the entire screen. We're gonna share the entire screen. Bang, let's get up on it. You guys know the deal. All right, we always talk Raiders, but at the end of the day, so let's go. I appreciate you, man. Love what you guys doing with the channel. Let's see what's your thoughts on what the Raiders going to do with Trey Tucker, man. We just going to let him compete at this point. To be done. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a lot to prove, in my opinion. Where's the flag? Don't you do that? You jumping already? Where's Jeff? We're gonna hold Jeff to what he did last time. I think he was BAC last time.
He was Cab. You think he was Cab?
Yeah.
I think he was Cab.
Yeah,
he was Cab.
So let me switch it up because I want. There we go. So I don't want to cover you up. So yeah, guys, real quick before we get into it, what you guys' thoughts on Trey Tucker again? I think we're just gonna let him compete. He's got to prove himself. Chris, first thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I've gotten burnt the last couple years by drinking the Kool-Aid and thinking that this was going to be his year. So I'm just going to hold my have reservations and just show and prove. That's kind of where I'm at. So I hope he does well. Honestly, I really do. But he's gonna have to do it, man. That's all there is to it. There's no more that going honeymoon phase is over. So let's get it.
No. Severe, quick thoughts?
Yeah, Chris getting burnt by Trey Tucker is exactly one more person he's burnt his entire NFL career. So hey, there's that. But when you had my face covered up, I was like, you made the right decision. You made the right decision.
It was on purpose. It was on purpose.
If anybody can get something out of Trey Tucker, it'll be Chip. It will be Chip. We had a guy.
Yeah.
Not to say similar to Trey Tucker, but he's a guy. He's kind of smallish. Wasn't really a receiver. Wasn't really a running back. At UCLA, he's just fast as all get out. It was always an adventure when the ball was in the air, whether he was going to catch it or not. But he's usually going to be by himself. Dude named Kashmir Allen. I think went to the Commanders. I don't know if he's still there, but he's fast as hell. And Chip found a way to use him. Found a way to get him on gadget routes or get him in full receiver sets, and he scheme him open. Why that's open sometimes. So anybody can do it. Chip can do it.
The one thing I will add about Trey Tucker is we now and again we're going to look at our full depth chart and kind of look at what our starters potentially will be, as well as the competition sitting behind them. And the one thing I will say is when you do look at the depth chart, Trey Tucker is going to have a season where most likely he's going to be able to sit in that slot position where he's supposed to be and potentially play that entire season in that spot. Last year, with Devonta Adams being shipped off and Jacoby Myers going down for 2 games, and now he had to go basically play the number 1 because we didn't have a number 1. We were pulling practice squad guys, and now we have a legitimate offensive coordinator that can, potentially get the best out of him. But he might be able to sit in that slot position all season long, work that position. But at the same time, again, we're going to look at that depth chart. He's got competition. Last year, it was DJ Turner. There's one guy that I wanted us to potentially bring on this roster last year, which was an undrafted free agent, which was Ladarius Griffin out of Mississippi State, I believe. He was a return guy. He was a slot guy. Was a 4-4 guy.
Tulu?
Tulu. Tulu, I think that's his nickname. I think his first name was Ladarius. I thought he had a chance to make this roster last year because of his return ability, but also we needed true competition for Trey Tucker. And we didn't have that last year. DJ Turner really wasn't, on his shoes for his position. But again, we had to move him around a lot. I think this is the one year that we're really going to see, what does Trey Tucker have? Is he going to produce? Is he going to be that gadget guy, that speedster that can stretch the field? Or are we moving on? That's basically what we're going to find out this year. So, but we're definitely going to take
and use him in special teams. I think before we didn't want to risk him getting hurt, but have him back there returning punts. Let's use his skill set, to the best of our ability. So, we don't have to just save him. Hey, if you got to earn it and earn it on special teams. So we'll see.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, Jack Kenny, Tucker's going to give Raiders great depth. He can potentially be a depth piece, but at the end of the day, you definitely got to prove your spot. You know what I'm saying? And now we got some guys on his heels that potentially can compress him. So, but I got it. All right, guys. You guys know the deal. Start them, bench them, cut them. We talk Raiders nonstop. We got a big receiver, Jack. Well, 100%. We talk Raiders nonstop. We like to break it up a little bit, and we have a little bit of fun. All right, so you guys know the deal. 3 players going to pop up. A letter's going to be sitting in front of them. Put it in order that you would start, bench them, cut them. All these players are at the prime of their career. This one might get a little interesting. I think there might be a conversation piece, but I'm not going to lie. The more and more I thought about it, I'm like, damn, this could be difficult, but it could be easy for some. Do not put your emotions into it just because we're Raider fans, okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? I know some will because there are some that always do it. But start them, bench them, cut them in the order that you would start them. You'd bench them, cut them, put the letter, and we're going to have fun with it. Again, in the peak of their career. Not on the front end, on the back end, not injuries, at the peak. Let's rock. Okay. Left to right, Antonio Gates, Jason Witten in the middle, and then you got Travis Kelce on the far right. Who was that? Where's the flag? I'm holding you to it. Where's the flag? You were the first one in. Can't switch it up now. Where you at? I saw it. Where is it? Man, you're lucky if I don't find it.
Gates was so.
Gates was a bad man.
It's tough, man, when you got guys that are in your division that just kill you every time, twice a year.
Yeah.
That's true. And so, that's what I said. Antonio Gates, Charger. Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Chief. It's we see so much of them, man, and they just and Witten. I guess I can't appreciate Witten as much as probably others will. I know he's a beast, but when you see just Gates and Kelce,
it's
Witten was cold.
Witten was cold, and that's the thing. It's if you go back and just look at what Witten accomplished.
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of put him in this mix. I know who I got number. I know who I got number 1, but I think it's the Benjamin and cut him is really hard for me. And so you guys think it over for a second. L11, man, you're the first one. Technically we're the flag. You were the first one in. I'll give you an ACB a little bit. I'm gonna check back, see if you switch it up. But L11, your cabinet. All right, so you're starting Travis Kelce. You're benching Antonio Gates, and you're cutting Witten. Where's the flag? All right, you got ACB, another cut for Witten. All right. We got 4 cuts for Witten right at the box. Yo,
Yeah.
Raider, you got your cabinet. Dre. All right. You're starting. Kelsey. Benching Antonio Gates. Cutting. Witten. Man, a lot of – okay. All right. I mean, I think Severe, you like to pull it up, man. Look up Witten's accomplishments.
Just win.
Just
I saw what he accomplished with us.
Yeah, don't do
God.
that. Hey, prime, Severe.
Man.
Prime. In the prime.
He rocked.
Billy Davis, your CBA.
He had like one catch.
He straight stole.
Man.
That's John Gruden, bro.
Yeah, that was all John Gruden. That was all John Gruden.
Oh, there he is. There he is, Dixon. That's all you're getting. No, there he is, Dixon with no last name. All right, your BAC. All right, man. Cutting. You're cutting Travis Kelce. You're getting him the hell out of here.
Oh.
All right.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
Remember, it's in the prime. Troy Gill, your BCA. Ooh, you're cutting Antonio Gates. This is the first. You and Billy Davis cutting Antonio Gates. What? Solid work. All right, man.
Y'all wilding.
Right away, your cabinet, CAB. All right, another cut for Travis Kelce. Keith, cabinet as well. Hit sticker, what's going on? Came in just in time. ABC, cutting Kelce. Cutting Kelce, man. All right. SoCal, your ACB. Cutting another cut for Witten, PDL. ACB, cutting Witten. Let's see. Where's the flag? Gates is arguably the best tight end of all time, man. You have a good argument when you talk about it. Not going to lie. Genslinger, let's go. Your ACB. All right. Cutting Witten. All right. A lot of cutting Witten. I just can't put that Mr. Swift first. Hey, get the emotions out of it, Genslinger. Get the emotions out of it. But I feel you. Dre, Gates was good, but not like the team. Okay. All right. Registry Chris, your ACB. All right. Another cut for Witten. You're starting Antonio Gates. Rick Rock, ACB as well. A lot of ACBs, I think. Just Win, baby. What's going on? Your cabinet. Jack Kenny, your CAB. Top between Kelce and Gates. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it is actually. It's actually tougher than you think. Just off pure ability. That's an argument right there. Because Antonio Gates didn't have no Andy Reid or no,
right.
Or Pat, so it's like.
All right, so I'm gonna get to the rest of them. All right, but which one y'all go first? Who you got? Who you got? You guys solid on what you got?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
I'm doing ACB.
ACB.
Gates was just ACB. Yeah, Gates was just so cold, man, and like in the red zone, he literally was unstoppable.
Oh yeah.
There was nothing that you can do in the red zone. I mean, that's why he scored so many touchdowns. I think he got the most touchdowns out of tight ends.
I believe he does.
Yeah, he's up there. And I think I don't know if it was him or Gonzalez that kind of like changed, like you started looking at basketball players. For that position. Was it him or Gonzalez?
It started with Tony Gonzalez, but Gates was like the first one that he really didn't play football at all. Yeah, he was like a real hooper that
yeah. So and Gates, Gates was he was a beast.
Yeah,
Gates was a bad man.
Yeah,
so Chris, your ACB.
Yeah, ACB. Yeah,
ACB. All right, so I'm gonna get it in. Dixon, there's nothing all serious about you, man. I can't do it anymore. Your ACB. All right, I feel you. All right, we go with it. And your ACB as well. I think a lot of people ACB. Jeff, what's going on, man? Your BAC. Now I see what it all is. Okay, you joined late, guys. Make sure you guys go hit up Jeff and his channel. Go show support over there. Always hitting you guys with the lives. And Jeff, I think you're going live later today. I think. And so your BAC, we're gonna hit the full roster.
Jeff is probably live now.
I'm about to say the same thing, bro. Jeff might be live right now.
God damn, he probably is. You're right. Damn. Let's see. Jack, you're saying Kelce passed up Gonzalez, I think. He's still playing. He's still got some time. But yeah, you look at his you look at what he's done. Yeah, you look at what he's done so far, man. It's crazy. And so Ginslinger, Chris is correct, like usual, with the start, bench, cut. All right, okay. Ginslinger, you got somebody in your corner. Let's see. Oh, not tonight. Okay. It's just an all-nighter. That's what it is. Giant Ocean, ABC. All right, ABC. Severe. And I hope I didn't miss nobody. I don't think I did. Severe, what you got? What you rolling with?
This was tough, man. It was tough between Gates and Kelsey. Witten is last. I'm sorry, but he's just last. He's respected. A lot of people. He's respected as one of the best tight ends ever. But it's tough between them. But I got to go Kelsey, man. I got the thing. Just the numbers he was putting up as a tight end. Even though he had the benefit of playing in Andy Reid's offense, he was putting up some and he had 7 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He had more consecutive 1,000-yard seasons than Jason Witten and Antonio Gates have combined. So
does he?
His numbers are nasty. Just his accolades just through his career.
His numbers are crazy. I still think Gates got him on touchdowns though. I think Gates got.
He's smashing him in touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he got. Yeah,
I think he got 30 more than him. Like his touchdown, his touchdown number is so sick. But I feel like Gates. How many years did Gates play? I feel like Gates, even old man Gates, was still getting busy.
Still getting it because it's not like he was just like big boying people.
Like old man Gates was getting busy, man.
Yeah, just off ability, I would probably say Gates, but just I can't ignore what Travis Kelce's doing. He's like it's impossible to ignore what he's doing, man. Put up some stupid, and I think he had like a 1,500-yard season.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think that everybody kind of got in the chat again. Remember, we're gonna do a top 5 blind rank them at the end too. So after we go through the depth chart, but I'm going. The only thing I'm taking into consideration is the quarterback, right? And so I understand he had Phillip Rivers, but you got
Drew
Travis
Brees
Kelce, Drew Brees for a little bit. I'm going ACB. Man, Gates was just as cold as it gets. Like if you put Gates with Patrick Mahomes,
oh my god,
and I don't know if that's what. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's what we're kind of like. I don't know if we want to take that in consideration. I guess, but I am. I guess that's my a caveat to it. But it's just like, man, Kelsey might go down playing with one of, if not the best to play. Once Mahomes is done. And man, you put Gates on there. Just the ability that Gates had across the board, you couldn't touch him at any point in the field. So
he was he was sick.
Yeah, Keoks, man, he said I'm ACB. All right, can't argue it. But man, you starting Witten though. That's bold work. You starting Witten.
No, he's starting Gates.
I'm ACB. Gates moves better with the ball. Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was dyslexic for a second. My bad. You're starting Gates. You're ACBing it. Oh yeah, just like me and Chris as well, man. That's good work. We're gonna wait for Severe to get back. Disappeared for a second. We'll bring him back in. There he is.
I know that.
Bang. the internet cutting out on you?
Yeah, man. I don't know that happened. I think I might have kicked something.
And so I see. Let's see. Hold up. Let's go. Man, Egalitarian. What's going on, man? Get yours in real quick. I don't know if I see it. Get yours in, man. What you graded? ABC, you know the deal. Let me know. Start on bench and cutting before we move on because we're gonna have another one later on. But get yours in real quick. But yeah, Keoks. All right. ACB starting Antonio Gates, benching Kelsey, cutting Witten. I think that was probably 95% of y'all were cutting Witten, which understandable. Middle of time, you're starting, and I just said it, but you starting.
You going BCA?
Witten. Starting Witten.
Oh,
starting Witten. Hey, you stand on your business. Hey, you
oh no, man.
You benching Kelsey, cutting Antonio Gates. Hey, you stand on your business.
Somebody is starting Jason Witten.
Yeah, he's starting Jason Witten.
Oh, I ain't mad at you, brother. Now I'm mad at you.
Look at it, Jeff, with the stats. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was say. Yo, Raider was trying to say Kelsey had more. I'm like, it's not close.
Yeah,
it's not close.
Yeah, not close.
Gates got way more, man.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember, what did Gates? I mean, obviously he played with LT, right? He had LT. But what other receivers did he have? He had
that was like the Vincent Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah. Did he have roided up David Boston? That's a different.
Oh damn! I forgot. Yeah, I forgot roided up Boston. Yeah. But yeah, it was like Vincent Jack. Who was that other tall receiver? They had two.
The one we had.
Man, I can't remember. I just remember Vincent Jackson.
Not because they had Vincent. I thought they had somebody. I thought they had two.
Chad, do you remember another tall receiver in Gates' days?
Malcolm Floyd was cool.
Malcolm Floyd was pretty good. Because Malcolm Floyd was a tall receiver. That might be who you're thinking of.
Yeah, Keenan McCardell late.
That was old man Keenan McCardell.
Yeah.
I feel like
hold up.
It was like another tall guy, but maybe I'm tripping.
Egalitarian man, EG, you got in. All right, you're starting.
Tyrell Williams? No, just after that was before Tyrell. Right?
Yeah, it was somebody before Tyrell. I like, but yeah, I can't remember.
But let's go. You're starting Witten or starting Kelsey. You're benching Antonio and you're cutting Witten. A lot of people cutting Witten. That's for damn sure. Billy, you cabinet as well. I know there's one more. Hold up. Let's see. LS, what's going on, man? Your cabinet as well. I can't mad at you. I think same with Severe. Man, I'm telling you, Severe. Every time I say you, for some reason Alexa goes off, man.
Benjamin. Oh wait, no, was it Benjamin? Nah.
No, wait, Kelvin Benjamin.
Nah, it was.
He didn't play with it.
Nah, but it was another dude, man. I can't.
Tyrone Williams? No,
that's not who I'm thinking about.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Because in fact, I thought he was better than
Sally. What's happening?
It was a big dude. They had Eddie Royal for a little while.
Raider Dez, what's happening?
I thought it was a dude that was like just as big as Vincent. I thought he was even better. And
was it Malcolm Floyd?
Nah, maybe he wasn't. I mean, if I can't remember, then
it wasn't Kasim Osgood.
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping.
Hey, Isaiah, Gates and LT were carrying that entire offense.
Yeah.
So without question, and, hey, Philip Rivers, man, talk shit to everybody without cussing, which is crazy work. So we got a big shot
like
Philip Rivers,
like the Drew Brees days.
Yeah.
Like before Rivers.
I'm trying to think. Because it's too early for Gates. That what's my man? I think he went to USC. As a matter of fact, that's Curtis Conway.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. I don't know.
That was before Gates, though.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Ooh, look at Jeff. Jeff said Lance Allsworth. Charlie
that's like taking it way back.
That's going way back.
Yeah.
I was damn near when I was when Al Davis was there.
Exactly.
The white days.
That's when
what's Tim Dwight was on the Chargers?
Tim Dwight. He was on the Chargers. That's when they had that Dan Fouts throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Fouts out there quarterbacking.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe Chris. Maybe this.
It might be Floyd. Yeah, I mean, 6'4". Maybe it was. Maybe it was Floyd.
So, I mean, you guys know how it is. We appreciate you. We do this. We're going to do it a lot in the off season. When the season kicks in, we might slow it down a little bit because there'll be a ton to talk about, especially when we break down film during the season. So we definitely appreciate you guys. We just break it up a little bit, have some fun. We appreciate the chat. Definitely participating and having fun with it.
Was it Rashay Caldwell? Was he Rashay Caldwell?
That's not who I was thinking about, though.
Okay.
Like I said, it might be Floyd. It might be Floyd.
Probably Malcolm Floyd then.
Yeah.
We're going to do a blind ranking right after this, but let me bring up the rest of it. Let me go ahead and share the screen because we're going to talk about our full roster. We're just going to take a look at our current roster, the players that are coming in, the people we signed, people we brought back, free agents, drafts, and undrafted free agents. And we're going to kind of break this thing down. Again, I'm going to share the screen. And the reason why we do it is, one, because June 6 cuts are coming up at the end of this month. And what's going to happen is, June 1 cuts. And probably I'd say a week before those June 1st cuts, that's when names are going to start dropping. You're going to start seeing, camp battles starting to go. Names going to pop up, and all of a sudden, there's going to be some talk on some players becoming available. And so, one of the things that I look at, again, like I said a little bit earlier, is you look at your starters, right? Just how good your starters are, and then look at your depth. If you don't have much depth, that's where you might want to be looking at some of these names drop in June 1 and paying attention. So we're going to kind of start this top from to bottom. Chat, let us know what you're thinking, but let's start at the top. Let's start the receiver group. So obviously we just talked a little bit about
starting off on a bad note.
We talking about the receiver group?
Yeah, man.
Look who's starting.
Well, yeah. So here,
I'm starting at flanker.
I know. So look, the official Raiders website, they don't release their depth chart. I think it's not until later this month where you'll see an actual depth chart. I think they officially say not until fall, but it's crazy. Real quick, want to give that shout out. What up, man? What's happening, Lunatic? Raiders Allegiance in the building. Bakersfield next weekend, man. We just shouted out. Make sure you guys go hit up Lunatic, hit up Raiders Allegiance, check out his channel. Always throwing you daily content, man. Go check him out. And we're gonna be in Bakersfield together too, man. It's gonna be a good time, man. Appreciate you checking in with us. So again, let's take a look at chat. Let me know if I got to blow up the screen a little bit if you guys can see it. But let's talk about the receivers. Let's talk about the number one receiver. As it stands right now, obviously we drafted Jack Besh. He could be. All right, yeah, I just said it. Keith, I see you, man. Let me try it real quick. Let me see. Bang. Is that a little bit better? Hopefully that is. Top. Number one receiver. So honestly, right now, there's a really good chance that Jacoby Myers still kind of sits at our number one. We drafted Deontay Thornton Jr. I think that he's going to be potentially that number one just to be that deep threat. He might have a limited route tree moving forward. But Severe, I'll throw it to you first, man. What do you think about the starters and the depth? Do you think that's a position we got to be focusing on when those June 1st cuts roll around?
I think for depth purposes, definitely. Starters outside of Trey Tucker. I don't know. Trey Tucker starting. I don't know how that happened. And he's starting an outside receiver at that.
I know.
Wow.
This is the best one I could find, to be dead honest with you guys. I mean, I looked at a couple and it's all over the place. But let's just say Deontay Thornton is maybe slotted in that number one, or Jack Besh is slotted at the number one. Let's just assume that, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I'm assuming, Jack Besh. And they got Jacoby started as a slot. Well, hold up. So I mean, if you put Jack Besh in the slot where I think he belongs, Jacoby as he's gonna probably have to play the X, and then Deontay Thornton as the Z. I think that is more like it. And Trey Tucker can, I don't know what he gonna be doing. He can chill. So he can chill with Jeff Bachman, or Alex Bachman. Yeah. So, but yeah, I definitely think we need some depth. I'm okay with those guys as starters. There's a lot of youth starting at that point. But if we have some solid depth behind them, right now, like Christian Wilkerson, Tyreek McAllister, Alex Bachman, like those, it's laughable. I do like Kyle Phillips. He's familiar with Chip's system. But even he's not like a game changer. You know, he's a solid slot receiver. So, so we definitely could be looking for some depth outside of Amari Cooper.
Shit. And we'll talk about some free agents probably on Sunday. We'll dip into some free agents that are available. So, guys, make sure you guys tap in for the Sunday show as well. Keoks, man, you're saying any UDFA wideouts you guys feeling? I think one guy that has a chance, and it's just because maybe he can compete. I'm not sure how he's going to beat out. Maybe I'm not a big fan of Christian Wilkerson. Like he's been on this practice squad or roster just because of injuries. I think a guy Franklin Zakari, I think he's got a shot. You know, I think he's got a chance to be able to compete and be just a depth piece. I don't think he's going to be a starter by any means unless some injuries happen. But Franklin Zachary from I think he played at Syracuse. I think he's got a chance to definitely compete, definitely in this preseason and off season. So that's one guy that I think has a chance. Do you guys have any thoughts on the UDFA wideouts? I mean, I think Severe, you just kind of mentioned it. Chris, anything on you?
Yeah, not really, man. It's so hard when you're looking at just the receivers because you can't really tell until they actually get out there. Like how can they release off the jams and stuff like that? You get these guys in sevens and and stuff like that, but you can't get a real good gauge until the bullets are flying. So it's hard for me to even say any UDFA receivers that kind of got my eye.
And this actually is shockingly. I mean, Severe, I know you kind of looked at it, but if we take a look at it, right? Let's just say, you got Deontay Thornton plays number 1, Jacoby Myers plays number 2, or vice versa, depending on Chip uses them, right? I think you just got 2 solid wideouts, right? One that's going to be your possession receiver, one that's going to be your deep threat to help stretch the field, 50-50 ball guy. Jack Bech, Trey Tucker, they're going to battle in the slot. Then you got Tommy Mellott that's potentially going to battle in the slot as well, right? He's going to transfer over to a slot type of receiver. The reality is how many receivers do we actually keep? We talked about this on Sunday, right? And I kind of prematurely threw out 4, but now that I'm looking at it, I think at least 5, right? You got Trey Tucker that's going to make
6,
it. Yeah. Jack Bech going to make it. Jacoby Myers going to make it. Thornton going to make it. Tommy Mellott, that's 5. And then maybe one more that sneaks their way in. And I think it's going to be more of a traditional. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be more of a traditional wideout because if you think about it, slot guy, Trey Tucker, potential slot guy, Jack Bech, potential slot guy, Tommy Mellott.
Yes, and then you might look at Wilkerson.
You need a backup on the outside.
Yeah, we need help.
So that's why for me, you got Christian Wilkerson could potentially battle. That's where Zachary Franklin might have a chance if you're looking for another true outside receiver possession type similar to Jacoby Myers. So that's where I think he might have a chance. We'll see how he competes. But Chris, any thoughts on just the overall?
And plus, who was the guy we just picked up?
Colin Johnson.
He's the big boy. 6'6".
Oh shoot! Oh, I'm tripping. I didn't even see him right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I think that's true. That's true. I mean, it'll be a competition, but I definitely think we'll have to bring someone else in. I think we'll bring someone else in before camp. So looking at those June 6th or June 1st cuts will be interesting.
I mean,
but
sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that 'cause I know we were kind of talking about Jacoby being wide receiver 1. I think with the if everyone stays healthy and it kind of falls away, we think he'll fall. I'm okay with him being wide receiver 1. I mean, because again, with Brock, the offense going to run through him, but Jacoby's good enough to still, because he can do a little everything. You can still move him around, but we still got a guy that can really stretch the field. And and I think once Jack starts getting in his own, he's gonna be a problem too. So I think our offense, with Chip Kelly, we're gonna be able to move the ball around. I don't think no receiver is gonna get a whole bunch of targets. It might be just kind of based on the game plan for that particular week. But I think we're going to spread the ball. So I don't think any of the receivers are going to get a whole bunch of games with 10+ targets, to be honest. And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Well, and here's one thing to kind of think about, right? You got Jack Bech, which is a draft pick. He's going to be on this roster. Deontay Thornton, draft pick, going to be on this roster. Tommy Mellott, going to be on this roster. Might be a very surprising trade at some point. Man, if Trey Tucker just doesn't make this squad, like that would be the interesting part.
Are we moving too soon on Tommy though? I mean, I know he's he's the new Dylan Labe, but I mean, I mean, he's still got to make the team, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if I hope he does well, but I don't know if I'm like buying the whole
6th round pick guaranteed
Edelman thing yet. I mean, I got to see it. I hope it does, but
I'll give you my instant my reaction to that. It's like I'm not necessarily buying it because I've never seen him run routes. I've never seen him catch the ball, so I have no clue. We're hoping that this front office did their homework to know that he can transition to a receiver. But my thing is that, and I think we talked about it when we logged on the night of day 3, is you pick a kid at that spot. You want to make sure that is right. Like you're kind of taking a little bit of a leap, taking a quarterback and thinking you can transition him. You want that to work. Yeah. And so I think he's going to get substantial playing time, or at least, he might find himself with 12 to 15 snaps on offense at the slot position just to kind of prove that you made that work. You know what I'm saying? And so if you end up cutting him, and you pull the 6th rounder when there's still talent on the board that could help this out, that's a big whiff. That's a massive whiff. And that kind of sits with you, and that's going to be kind of that's John Spytek. That's kind of that might sit with you. That might sting you a little bit.
I don't know. The 6th round, I mean, that's plus I was like at the end of the 6th round too. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, like if someone misses out on that, on a 6th round pick, I'm not holding them ransom, So I don't know, man. I guess, like I said, I after the whole Dylan Lobby thing, like I'm just not buying into these urban legends anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's Element 2.0. I'm not trying to hear that right now, honestly. He got to show me something.
I'm with you. Just for me, it's like, man, I wish we could have. If we cut him, then it's like, damn, there was other talent on left on the board that we could have brought in to kind of help this roster. If you end up just cutting the kid because you maybe tried to outsmart everybody else, I don't know.
Yeah.
But look, a lot of the chat, they're saying that they do think that Mallett's gonna potentially come in and find himself
in Switzer.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know it sounds great that this kid's going, and I hope he is, but like, I don't know, man. He ain't gonna be no Tim Dwight.
Ooh, Tim Dwight. Ooh, Tim Dwight. Breaking out that name. That might be a start him, bitch him, cut him. You never know. You never know. So look, at the end of the day, you're right, Chris. Like, it's going to run through Brock Bowers, so we'll see just kind of how the receiver room plays out. But I'll be honest, I'm not sure if we bring another receiver. I think there's a chance that we might cut some decent names again. Who knows what happens with Trey Tucker, knowing that we might prioritize some of these other younger rookies and see how they work out. And so, Isaiah, he's a 6th round.
Yeah, that's round. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm
at. And so, Jen Singer, you like CJ Mickens, so he was there, and again, you cut him. There was some talent still left on the board.
And he went to a division rival too, right?
Yeah, he went to Chargers. I think it was either Chargers or the Broncos.
Hey, was our boy still there? Now thinking about it, Horn Jr.
Or was he going? Still there? I think he might have been gone. I think he might have went 5th.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys still hear me? I froze for a second.
I hear you. Can't see you.
Yeah. See, mine was tripping too. The same thing it did. Like, it booted me out of the browser and it said like my browser won't support it. I just have to shut everything down and come back in and relog on. I don't know, it's tripping. But yeah, man. I'm not believing it. I'm not, like you said, I'm not believing these folk tales. These
right. Paul Bunyan's, man.
These tales of lore. Like, you know what he did in practice, right? You know what he did. That's all I heard all off season was Dylan Lobby and Tom Yackenberg. I mean, you hear what these dudes doing in practice.
Yeah,
these dudes is killing it in practice. And then
that's where I'm at too, man. That's where I'm at. And for him to for us to kind of like just shoe him in for a wide receiver spot, like I don't know, man. I don't know. I really have to see something. And plus, like, honestly, like our boy Tyreek McAllister, like before he got hurt, he like if we talk about like last preseason, he was my guy.
Oh yeah, he was balling.
Yeah, like that was my guy, man. So
actually putting up like actual real production. So,
right. So
okay,
yeah, so I was all for him, man. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but you know, just going to the league period is one thing. It's tough, but then going to the league and learning a whole nother position. I mean, we're gonna have to have patience with them.
So all right, I'm back. Yeah, I think StreamYard's just kind of tripping out a little bit. So we back. All right. So it's kind of let's move on a little bit. You're ready. Don't put him on.
China hitting us with a cyber attack because
I know.
Retaliation. But he said they hit us with a cyber attack.
We got a lobby lower back. Stop it, lunatic.
There is a Raider fan out. There's a Raider fan out there that probably has one.
100%, because the amount of people that were all about Labe last year,
they were all about him.
And so,
in fact, there's some of you guys out there with an AOC. Never mind. AOC tramp stamp.
Mickens. All right, just gonna appreciate it. Mickens with the Chargers. All right, yeah, perfect. So all right, let's do this. Let's go. Blame the wife on the tariffs. Let's do this. Okay, let's go to offensive line. All right. I don't think at the end of the day we might see any massive moves when it comes to free agents or what have you for the receiver position. And so, because I think there's a lot of guys that the Raiders want to work, whether it be draft picks or guys picked up through free agency. So let's talk about offensive line. Chat, let us know what you think about the offensive line. Obviously, got Colton Miller coming back and anchor that left tackle. Jordan Meredith at the left guard. Jackson Powers Johnson, Dylan Parham, DJ Glaze. Again, I think I would hope this would flop a little bit. Put Caleb Rogers down here with Alice Kappa. Flop that around a little bit, but their depth chart's a little weird. So, Severe, I threw it to you first last time. Chris, man, what's your thoughts on just the offensive line, man? Where do you think we need to improve? Do you think we move the needle with the draft? What's your thoughts?
I think Caleb Rogers has to work out. That's what I think. He has to work out. Has to. Or Alex Kappa can. I mean, he has to figure it out. But Parham starting to liability, man. That is a liability. And plus we got a whole new offensive line coach too, didn't we? Yeah, so Chip probably brought his own guy.
Pete Carroll's son. Pete Carroll's son.
So honestly, we don't even know if yeah. I mean, we don't even know. I mean, I know you really like Meredith 805, but we don't even know if he's going to continue to develop. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe. I mean, obviously, I'm with you.
Yeah, fighting words, Chris.
Thing, like, what you say?
Those fighting words.
Yeah, I know.
But here's the thing: it's like we can only go off of what they did last year, right? And if he continues like last year, without question, he's starting.
Yeah,
I think he's starting. I think he's going to do perfectly fine for us.
But you know as well as I know, different systems, different coaches.
Correct.
I don't know, man.
No. Joe Philbin is still part of this coaching staff. I believe
that's true. That's okay. Yeah. I forgot about that.
But he's still going to have his
good point.
His touch on this offensive line. So
that's a good point. I forgot about that. Yeah. But Parham though. No, I don't want no parts of that.
So Jeff, Parham, get him off this damn list. I'm with you. So Severe, Raider, you got Miller, Meredith, JBJ, Rogers, Glaze. I honestly think that's what we hope.
That's what we hope.
Exactly. Yeah. What we hope is going to pan out. So what up, Cool Kev? What's happening? A shot to Raiders Dead, man. Hey, guys, we appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe. Sub-only chat. Show our appreciation. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. You got Chris Protection Show podcast up top. The Severe Raider down below. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. Cool Kev, what's happening, man? Severe, thoughts on the offensive line, man? And we'll move on to we'll talk about the tight ends for a second, but thoughts about the lineman group.
I mean, I have some concerns because Charles Grant's not ready to play NFL football, in my opinion, right now. He needs at least a year in the NFL weight program. to really like put on the type of strength that he needs. Moving skills are great, but he needs a year in that weight program to really put on that weight. Will Putnam ain't making the team. But I don't like Thayer Munford as a swing tackle either. So it's like, I think we need some more depth. If Dylan Parham, if Alex Kappa can't beat out Dylan Parham or a rookie tackle making the switch to guard, bro,
That's
I'm
wild.
gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed off. We paying this dude $11 million.
Yeah.
$11 million. If he can't beat out a rookie making the transition to guard or Dylan Parham, oh my God, that is gonna look bad. No, DJ Glaze, we hope he can continue to develop. Dalton Wagner might as well be Bigfoot because I ain't never seen dude. I've only heard stories about him.
He's another one. He's another one.
I've only heard stories about him. It's Johnny Appleseed. I don't know what this dude is really doing. I don't know what this dude is doing, man. And I liked him coming. I liked him coming out of Arkansas, I believe, but I ain't seen him play. So, dude, perpetually got a back issue. He came into the league at 26 years old, bro. He might be. I think you only need three years. I think you only need 3 years to get your NFL retirement. He's just chilling. He's just chilling. Like, look, he's sitting in the back of the meeting room, not making no noise. Just one more year, baby. One more. So yeah, I mean, I some depth could be. I don't know who's out there on offensive line. Probably some depth though. Probably need a swing tackle. I mean, unfortunately, Dylan Parham's going to likely be on a roster just because he offers you versatility at left guard, right guard, and as a backup center too. So
center,
he's going to make the roster, but he cannot be starting on this team.
Bro.
He cannot be starting on this team.
I'm with you, and Chris, to your point, right? As much as I am behind Jordan Meredith, and I really like the kid. Same thing with DJ Glaze. You hope that the switch up of the system doesn't necessarily, have him regress at all. You want him to continue to ball like he did towards the tail end of the season, and hopefully he continues to do that.
It's almost like he's a rookie again.
Yeah,
in a way. But I guess with Philman still there, hopefully. But honestly, that's such a different offensive scheme with Chip.
Chip does crazy stuff with his offensive line.
That's what I'm saying. Stuff. So I don't know, man.
So we got some people. Jack Kinnaman, you like it, especially with the additions. And man, you're saying I think our O-line is going to be top 10. All right, man. I hope so. I'm with you. I do think if we have one piece in that guard position to work out, 100%. I think we could have ourselves a solid offensive line, but we just need that one piece to definitely work out. Jen Slinger, man, I'd like to see Rodgers pushing Parham in a big way, get that Mauler GCG thing going for our AB cap runs to the house, man. Drew, what's up, man? Let's see. Lunatic, you're saying I see a couple O-line UDFAs added to the practice squad like Anthony Booker Jr. There is one guy, I think it was Gerard Hufford, I believe, that I really liked.
Booker's a defensive lineman. That's a big boy, Anthony Booker.
The defensive lineman?
Yeah. I mean, he said a couple O-line UDFAs. But yeah, Anthony Booker. He's
down there.
Anthony Booker.
Yeah, that was a big boy from where did he go? I forgot what school he went to. I liked him though.
So look, and coach, man, you're saying Parham's got to go, man. Yeah, if we in trouble. The
only thing that will help him is he's pretty agile, for his size. So, him being able to pull and stuff like that and kind of get out in space. But even when he gets out of space, he ain't gonna hit. It's not like he's gonna. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know.
And here's my thing: is that as much as they did draft Caleb Rodgers and they got Charles Grant, like severe to your point, I know you're high on Charles Grant, but yes, he's without question a project, right? Of the two offensive linemen that we drafted, Caleb Rodgers could be the only one that potentially could be a day one starter.
Exactly.
And so my thing is if Caleb Rodgers does not start, and let's say Alex Kappa does start, and Alex Kappa performs like he did last year, then that's where I'm gonna be pissed. That's where I'm gonna sit there and go, this front office
Kappa's
Just
going to
didn't play
start,
overtime.
man.
They didn't
Kappa's
figure
going
it
to
out.
start. He's going to start.
Yeah.
He's going to
Oh,
start.
he's
At least day one
might.
start. Now, he, when they post the first depth chart, he's going to be one.
He's gonna be starting. He's gonna be starting.
Yeah.
It's just like, God damn it. How you come up with this shit?
That is hilarious.
Man, you made me think like, damn, did I ever do that before? No, I didn't. I didn't.
That's wild.
So
that is wild.
So look, I don't see us unless something crazy happens. I really don't see us bringing in any offensive linemen. Maybe to your point, possibly a swing tackle. But I think the interior is pretty locked in with Caleb Rogers, Jackson Powers Johnson, Dylan Parham can play all three separate positions, especially at the center. And then you got Ellis Kappa. They brought him in for a reason. Again, if he does start, man, he better produce. I'm gonna be pissed off at the front office for not going after somebody, especially when Mekhi Becton went over to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And there was all that talk. There was all that talk about him wanting to play tackle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they got him starting at guard. There was all that talk about him wanting to move to tackle.
And honestly, that's kind of why I backed off of it, because it seemed like he was, I'm not going nowhere unless I'm playing, tackle. And I'm like, I think them days might be over. But if move him inside, that's a whole different story.
Exactly. So again, I think the pieces they brought in, I think they want them to work. So I don't know if we would necessarily see any big moves, with the June 6 cuts. So Dalton Warrior's still alive. He's still alive, man. He's collecting that paycheck.
Man.
Shit. We are not going to get any receivers, man. We got Darren Mumford.
Oh man,
6'5".
Obviously.
6'5". Dre, if you're still in here, you know. All right, let's go to tight ends real quick. Look, I think we got ourselves our squad. I don't see any more work coming in at tight end. We'll make it real quick, man. Chris, you're up this time. Any thoughts on the tight end?
We got one tight end. I mean,
we got it. And look, Michael Mayer, he's still. we'll see what he can potentially do. We got to see him produce. And if Chip Kelly can get something out of him, if Geno Smith now have an actual quarterback, it's his time. If it don't happen, you're basically moving on at this point. So Michael Mayer better show something.
Paul Bunyan is another urban legend.
Ellen, what's up? He said Rodgers is a better run blocker at guard, but better pass pressure at right tackle.
Pass blocker, been pass blocker.
I'm with you. Helen, appreciate you checking in with us. Let's see. Okay. Severe, any thoughts? Tight end.
I think we have two. I think we have two very good tight ends. One elite tight end. I think we have another good tight end.
You don't believe that.
Tight end as well. I think we got.
He's the Tommy Eichenberg of tight ends, bro.
Nah, I've actually seen Mayer. Seen Mayer score a touchdown. I've never seen Tommy Eichenberg make a tackle. I've seen Mayer score a touchdown. A nice one too.
Yeah, I was fired.
Man, okay. So look, we're good at tight end. Again, I think there is who was it? I think it was Carter Runyon, one of the UDFA's tall tight end, former basketball player. So no, look, Justin Shorter, competition for him.
Yeah, I like Runyon. I do like Runyon.
Ian Thomas, again, another potential red zone target, more run blocker, just in case Michael Mayer goes down. We have a potential run blocker in the building that could help out and slot in. So I think we're good at tight end spots. I really don't see us moving the needle there at all. Look, quarterbacks, I think we're set in stone. Geno Smith is obviously going to be the day one starter. You got Aiden O'Connell that's going to battle. Ken Miller, we'll see what happens. I think this is the biggest battle to start, which is going to be interesting. Carter Bradley versus Cam Miller. I think they're two very similar quarterbacks. Obviously, Cam Miller can run the ball better. I think
Carter Bradley is battle, man.
Three-way battle. Where's
man,
Jeff?
Y'all give it too many scholarships, man. I'm sorry.
No, okay.
We won 4 games last year, man. Anyone on the team last year should not be comfortable.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's a backup spot or not. That's a three-way.
Unless you Brock,
Right.
Adam Butler, Max, like the only people.
Yeah.
What up, Primetime? What's happening, man? Appreciate you checking in. Let me know if you're going to Bakersfield, man. So, but here's the thing, all right? And yes, everybody on last year's team except for Brock Bowers and JPJ, you're really not safe. And Max, sorry. But here's my thing with Aiden O'Connell. I get it. A lot of people still obviously real shaky, but look, he's got the shitty end of the stick for 2 seasons. So we'll see what he can do. We'll see how he can produce. He's got a battle without question. But we're talking about this is my biggest thing is a lot of people are like, man, Cam Miller's going to come in. He's going to do some things. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Like,
hold on. But how come you ain't saying that about Tommy, touchdown Tommy? See, that's how I feel about touchdown Tommy. Because that's how you feel about Cam. That's how I feel about touchdown Tommy.
The only reason why, okay, so here's the thing is I feel the same way when you talk about a 6th-round pick, right? They pulled the trigger on this kid where there were other quarterbacks left on there. He was not even a Division I, FBS player. You pulled the trigger on him, so you're going to bring him in, and he's going to compete, right? You basically took a look at the skill set, and you're saying, hey, we're going to take a flyer on this kid. So he better work out, because if he doesn't, then you wasted a 6th-round pick that could have helped this squad some way, somehow. I feel the same way about Tommy. Yeah. Same exact way. But a lot of people are sitting there going, Cam Miller is going to he's going to take Aiden O'Connell's job. I'm like, okay, pump the brakes. Like, look at the competition he played against. Let's just kind of see how this thing plays out. Aiden O'Connell's gotten the shitty end of the stick the last 2 seasons with no offensive coordinator, with nothing but hurt players shuffling in and out. Give him a full offseason with a good offensive coordinator with some weapons around him, some protection. I'm not saying he's taking Geno's spot. I'm just saying I think he is the number 2 right now. We'll see how the preseason plays out. Give the kid a shot under a true offensive coordinator with some decent blocking and some weapons. So, but yeah, Cam Miller coming out of a small school. I'm not giving him the torch just yet with the number two spot. But I think our quarterback room is set in stone. I don't see us bringing anybody in. I think we're good there, especially given the fact that you really only run with 2 quarterbacks. The third one's an emergency quarterback. The biggest competition.
In his response to LS, I will.
Where's LS? Where's he at? What do you say?
He would never forgive Spytek for taking Cam Miller over Curtis Rourke. Told y'all.
Oh, it was right
there. Scrub.
It was there.
It was right there.
He was right there, and we left him sitting right where he was.
just left him sitting. I'm waiting for that, Jeff. I'm waiting for your next live, man. It's coming your way. I'm waiting for the next live that I tap into. Then you'll get it back. It's just Dixon right now. That's it. I don't see a last name.
He gonna make some prepayments for you, Jeff. He gonna see you like a dub.
Ain't gonna be no peer pressure up in here.
Leave me alone.
Man. So again, I think we're good. We're good with quarterbacks for the most part. I think it's just gonna be pure competition moving forward. I think. Let's see.
I think we're good at quarterback.
Egalitarian saying, why is nobody talking about UDFA quarterback? Okay. I have my reasons as to why I think we brought him on. I think he can compete, but I think he's going to be a practice squad that's going to help us with all the competition. We're going
scout
team.
He's going to be a hell of a scout team. Man, I mean, Tommy Malott can probably do some of that too. Scout team stuff. But yeah, man. I think it's going to be a battle. I think it's a 3-way battle right now for that number 2 spot. I think if you're looking at what the Raiders have done, right? They look at last year. They brought in Luke Getsy. Who was the kind of quarterback he was coaching? It was Justin Fields. You come this year, you bring in Chip Kelly. Who was the most of the guys that Chip Kelly has coached? Mostly mobile guys. You're like, all right. And then you can't say, oh, well, you know what? You can't really judge that. All right. the Raiders tried to trade for Joe Milton. That's like, all right, it's like, oh, well, you know what? They just wanted a young quarterback. So then they go out and they draft Cam Miller, who's a mobile guy. It's like, obviously, like they're sending
The writing's on the wall.
They're sending a humongous hint. They're letting you know, like they like actions speak louder than the words. They're telling you straight up, like, yeah, this is the kind of quarterback we want. We want a guy that's mobile. Our UDFAs can run. Like, we brought in Hodge Malik Williams. Like even he can run.
So, Rontesh, so you're comparing Tommy Mellott to Taysom Hill, and I think it's just two completely different players.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to use him to where he might be in the backfield. He could throw the ball, but man, he ain't running between the tackles for the most part.
Man. Taysom is a big dude too, man.
That's a big.
He ain't gonna be down the goal line. You know what I'm saying? And so I think in some ways, yes, right. That mobile guy that could throw it or run it without question.
Yeah, gadget guy.
Yeah, but I think it's just completely different in a sense that you ain't running between the tackles and getting them on the goal line. But if that's what you're meaning, then that's kind of my response to that. So, all right, let's go. We just talked about let's talk about running backs. Running backs. What's going on?
It's Space B. Space B said a super chat.
What is this? If I've been wearing the same shirt for 2 years, hey, I switched up. Hey, I got like 18 shirts in the rotation. Don't you worry about it. All right. You go back.
They are the same shirt, though. Like, you got 18 of the same shirt. And he goes to the class like, It's like,
they're different. Don't you worry about it. What is it? Space Beast? Appreciate super chat. I'll go get myself 19. The 19 shirt for you.
Exactly. Get another one. You're just funding this man's shirt habit.
Oh man,
I got 18 in the rotation, man. My wife and kids get pissed at me because it's all I got in my closet. So, all right, let's go. Let's see. All right, we're gonna go to running backs. And chat, man. I'm trying to get through at least all the comments as much as I can. Let's go running backs. Obviously, let me scroll down. We got Genty, Mostert, Sincere McCormick, Zamir White, the Dylan Labe, and Chris Collier. I think a lot of people wanted us to get a second running back. I think there was a chance that we were going to get a second running back. And Jeff, man,
appreciate you, Jeff.
Hitting up Chris's channel, 100%, man. That's awesome. And I'm not going to say the super chat. So, running back.
I'll say
it. There you go. I think a lot of people thought we were going to get two running backs and we didn't do it. I still think we should have got two running backs. That's why I was very questionable with the 2 6-round picks.
Yep.
I thought we were going to get a linebacker. Obviously, we got one in the 7th, but I thought we were going to get another running back because at the end of the day, if you really take a look at it, right, you got Genty. Okay, cool. That's our number one. We're rocking with them. Chat, let us know what you think about the running back group. Raheem Mostert, back end of his career.
That's a good number 2. That's a good number 2.
It's good number 2, back end of his career.
Yeah.
Who knows if he's going to be healthy? You better hope he's healthy because if something happens to Genty, there's your number 2. Sincere McCormick goes down every single season. Zamir White, we all know he's struggling.
Yeah.
If he all of a sudden becomes number 2 or number 1, we in trouble. And then you got Labe and Chris.
I would never let you guys live it down. You guys told me running backs grow on trees, and we can let Josh Jacobs go because we have Zamir Zeus White. You guys told me that.
Chris has just got to get that plug in there right there.
You guys sat here on this internet and told me Zamir White, we're in good hands. Josh Jacobs, you're free to go. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm never forgiving you guys. Never. Ever.
Now there are people in the chat.
10 times out of 10, I'm letting Josh walk. 10 times out of 10.
Whatever, man. You say that.
Rocks.
You just want to die on that hill, but you don't really feel that way.
No, but here's the thing.
I don't think he would have been good for us last year. I think it would have been trash, and we would have been paying him to play like trash. Just like we was planning to play like trash the year before.
God damn it, Jeff. Appreciate. I think that super chat. I think that went to Chris. Just so you guys know. So
Nah,
Chris
that
is
was
getting memberships.
all yours, man.
Yeah.
That was all yours.
No,
That's
I think
daddy.
that's Chris. I think that went to Chris. That Chris is getting the memberships. He's getting he's getting the super chats. Love it. But here's the thing, though, is the only reason why I was okay with moving on from Josh Jacobs is you prioritize the offensive line and you prioritize potentially running backs in the draft. But obviously we got Genty. That's fine. But I'm more about prioritizing the offensive line, and we just didn't do it. Last year we didn't do it. We didn't go number one with an offensive tackle like I wanted to. So I think that's the trade-off, right? I think that for me I was okay with moving on from Josh Jacobs, knowing that if we beefed up this offensive line and that was the focus, then you can put some running backs behind there because teams have done it before. A lot of teams have done it before.
I mean, we did. We did beef up. We got 2 starters from that draft.
So true, but I wanted to get, if we would have gotten, again, I was a Talisi Fuaga fan. If we would have gotten Talisi Fuaga and we went ahead and got in and beat up the offensive line and we still got JPJ, we missed on Parham. If we would have prioritized a guard in this last offseason, got the best guard possible, then I do think we could have
I agree there.
So I'm just saying it's more about building the trench, building this offensive line, and then you can maybe have a rotation back there. But it also, Chris, you say it all the time. It's about that second contract. If Genty balls out,
y'all ain't gonna want to pay him. Y'all ain't gonna want to pay him.
You know me, I didn't want to take Genty in the first round.
Yeah,
and I also don't want to pay Genty, to be honest with you.
He's already getting paid.
He's like the second. I think he has the second most guaranteed money of any running back.
Yeah, like he's already.
So that's another reason I didn't want that pick, because I wanted a committee system. Whoever was a lead guy would be the lead guy. Sometimes it might be Zeus, sometimes it might be somebody else. Whoever's gonna be the lead guy, gonna be a lead guy. But I wanted a committee system. That's what I feel would have worked. We obviously didn't go that route, right? Just led the league in rushing the year he led the league in rushing. We still were like 18th or 19th as a team. So like obviously it didn't move the needle much. So if you have a committee or a stable of backs that can contribute, then you go that route. So I wanted to divvy that money up, to offensive linemen and to young running backs that could provide that to us. Obviously, we didn't do that.
And I think that's the hard part, is because I'm more of again, build the trenches, which means I'm going to pour money into the trenches, then re-sign a running back for that second contract. I want to take that money and put in the offensive line so that you not only do you open up potential running lanes for your running back, but you also protect your most expensive and most prized possession, which is your quarterback. So you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So, but Chris, to your point, right? The people that wanted Genty, you better pound the table if he balls to give him that second contract.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's
what I'm saying. It's going to piss me off if he's a 1 contract guy. It's going to piss me off.
That's what most first round running backs have been. What was the last first? Who's the last? Well, not even first round. I'll say top 10 running backs. I can't even think of the last time a top 10 running back got a second contract. Was it Ezekiel? Was Ezekiel? Ezekiel the last one?
Well, Zeke and Nick Chubb.
He wasn't top 10. Yeah, he wasn't top 10. Even Derrick Henry second round. Jonathan Taylor second round. All these other guys were second round.
Cause we went through that. We went through that phase where no one was touching a running back in the first round. We went like 5 years of that.
Yeah.
Who was the last first round guy
to get a contract?
But
I mean,
Zeke.
It was that. Or maybe
I think it might have been Zeke.
Did Gurley get one? Or maybe
he was the one that started all the mess. Because remember, he got that big contract.
Man, Gurley's still only like 30 years old, bro. Gurley is younger than Rasheed Mostert.
Right?
Yeah, Gurley's the one that started the whole we're not paying running backs. He started.
Yeah.
So
Gurley's still young, bro. He's like 29 or 30 right now.
Them knees ain't young.
Not at all. Them knees is them knees is Pete Carroll's age.
So here we go. Raider Hawaii Man, he's saying running backs grow on trees, Chris. Running backs do grow on
y'all was
trees.
telling me,
Right,
man.
why? What's happening? But look, I think all three of us were on the same page, except for obviously Chris. You wanted to bring back Josh Jacobs, and so again, we'll see how it plays out. We hope Genty balls out, and if he does, we'll see what that contract looks like if we prioritize it. Because if you pick him first round, you better give him that second contract if he balls. Picking him first round, but we'll see how it works. All right, so let's do this. Let's go. All right, so I still think with Ashton Genty, Raheem Mostert, like this running back room, I still think we need to bring another running back potentially. I mean, Raheem Mostert, he's not going to be a featured back, and he's old and he's injury prone. McCormick, injury prone. Zamir White ain't it. And then you got two guys on the back half of this depth chart.
I'm not tripping on a running back too much. Honestly, I'm not. That's not a real focus of mine. Honestly, I would say if there's someone that kind of fits what we want, then do it. But that would not be close to my priority at all.
So
I'm looking at guards all day.
So I guess let me rephrase it. It's one of the positions, right? We're looking at potentially guard. I think if one pops up, depending on how solid they feel this guard room is, but I think in addition to that, I'm going to be looking at running back. Severe, what's your thoughts? Do you think are you going to be, if there's rumors that a decent running back all of a sudden is on the chopping block June 1, do you think the Raiders should be considering it based on this running back room?
Depending on the price tag, I mean, we're already paying Genty a whole bunch of money. So at this point, we might. I don't remember what kind of contract we gave to Raheem Mostert. So you don't want to be investing. We still got plenty of salary cap space, but still, it's all about proper allocation of your resources. You don't want to be spending too much money on the running back position. Like you'd rather divvy that money up elsewhere. So depending on what the price tag is, if it's some guys that can produce, yeah, I mean, but like, how low is the bar? Like, we're looking for somebody better than Sincere McCormick and Zamir White. Like,
right?
The bar is not high. So,
well, and I think that's where it is. Super Omicron, appreciate you checking in with us. Martinez from Miami was still on the board. I think he got picked was he in the 6th or was he in the 7th?
Yeah.
He was still on the board real late.
Yeah, he was late. Yeah.
And that could have been a hell of a compliment to Genty, more of a bruiser, short yardage type of guy. And so, I don't see anybody on this roster right now. Like Genty is obviously he's a stockier running back. You pick him in the first round, he better be an all down back, but he's also 5'8". If he's not running through guys and he's getting stuffed in 4th and 1s and 3rd and 1s, and you don't have a true bruiser in that backfield to pick up short yardage.
Yeah,
that's why we got
JJ Pegues. He's our short yardage back.
Could happen.
Or my man, the rugby player. Those are our short yardage back.
Right.
Was it Leaky Tassi?
Yeah.
No.
The new guy,
no.
the international player.
Yeah,
is that his name?
Something.
Yeah, it's Leaky Tassi, but who's the other one? Like Lecky.
The big defensive lineman.
Then there's the other one. Yeah, you're right. Jack Kenna. No, I just, man, look at our backfield. Honestly, on Nick Chubb, I don't need another injury. Like we got injury prone in our backfield. It's just it'd be.
Alrighty.
I would take a Miles Sanders. I'd take someone like Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
For cheap.
Yeah. I mean, he's already better than half the backs we got.
That's what I'm saying.
No, what's crazy? I just had this thought. I don't know how true it is, and I would hope that it's not true. But what if the Raiders didn't take another back later on in the draft because they were worried that he might come in and outplay Genty?
That's a big fetch, but hey, maybe you never know. Mostert is cheap. Yeah, I know. That would be. Yeah, you're Raider. Like, look, Martinez went in the 7th, so it's like that would have been a hell of a compliment to this backfield. I would have snagged that guy late, and maybe it isn't a Tommy Mallet or a Cam Miller on this roster. So these guys better work out because there was definitely players still on that draft board. All right, so again, bang, we got the offensive side. So this is what we're gonna do because man, we spent a lot of time. You guys need to stop talking so much about the offensive side. Okay, we spent a lot of time on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and set up our next segment real quick. Remember, make sure you guys hit that sub button if you guys want to get in on it. This is the blind ranking. Okay. And this one's going to be running backs. We're doing running backs this time. So guys, get your whiteboards, chat. Make sure you guys get anything, pen, paper, whatever you want to do, play along. Let us know the way that this one works. I'm going to share the screen. The way that this one works is I'm going to bring up one player at a time. And it's a blind ranking, 1 through 5. You put it wherever you want that person in the ranking, not knowing who's going to pop up next, not who's going to pop up later. And I want to know what you guys, what your ranking looks like. We're going to talk about the defense in just a second. Now, at the very end, then we'll rank them how we really would. Let's put it that way. We'll finish it off that way. All right. But blind ranking. Get your pen, pad of paper, whatever it is. Get it ready. And we're going to see how we work. All right, so blind ranking, running backs. First one to pop up. Chat, get ready. Let's rock. First one is Jerome Bettis. 1 through 5, put them where you want them. Okay. Chat, don't you be cheating. Chat, don't you be cheating.
Okay, so you said 1 through 5. All right.
1 through 5. Let's go. Jeff, you don't even know who's going to be popping up. So you can't cheat in this one unless you move your players around, which I don't put it past you, Jeff. All right. LS, you got Bettis at 3. All right. You're sticking at 3. All right. Here we go. All right. Bettis at 3. You already got him at 5. Oh, got him down there at 5. All right. Put him at the bottom of the list. A lot of people. Bottom of the list. Isaiah, you got him at 3. Giant Ocean, you're at 5. Okay. I'll 11. Bettis at 5. Okay, so next one. Let's go. Marshawn Lynch. Next one's Marshawn Lynch. Guys, put a ML, put a Lynch, put something, and then
I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm in trouble too.
Yeah, I can already tell.
I'm in trouble already. I'm in trouble.
3. All right, Raider Allegiance, you got him a 5.
I'm in some trouble.
This next one is gonna be key for me.
Yeah.
Oh, let's Lynch at 2. All right.
I need a bum. I need a bum.
I need it to be I needed it to be either the greatest running back of all time or the worst or Zamir White. That's like,
maybe
I need Zamir. I need Zamir White up here.
All right, here we go. Next one. Yeah, Jensinger Skittles at 2. All right, here we go. Anoon, I see you. Beast mode, Anoon, you got him at 2.
Just for that.
Here we go. Next one. It's gonna be number 3.
Okay.
Right, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Okay.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Put him
helps.
out.
That helps.
Oh man, these last
MJD,
two
guys. Put MJD and then
they better be nice.
The last two is pivotal for me.
Better be Sweetness and Dickerson.
These last two is pivotal.
Piano Man's trying to call it out. Tomlinson coming up. He's trying to call it out. Let's go. LS, all right. You got MJD at 5. Oh, you had the slot 5 open. Okay.
It's ABC.
Jack, God damn it. Bunch of cheaters in this chat. Damn it. Don't you guys be cheating. MJ, all right. You got 5. All right, here we go. Breaking records. Let's go. Jeff, I know you cheating, Jeff. I know you cheating over there. MJD at 3. Okay. Navy Vet, you got him at 5. MJD goes at 5. All right. Next one.
Let's see. I just need 2 good ones.
Need 2 good ones?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what this next one. Let's see how you guys feel about this next one. Here we go.
You're in some trouble.
Okay.
Chris Johnson.
Man. I'm in some trouble myself.
What slot you guys got left? Uh-oh. Chris Johnson.
Dang,
all right, put that CJ and give me the number. All right, Rick, I think is that for CJ 6? Isaiah is at CJ for 5. Raider White 4. Where's the flag? All right, you got CJ at 2. Can't hit on that. 11, CJ at 3. 2K is the nest or the best?
Isaiah, I'm with you, Isaiah. I need a beast right here.
You need a beast?
I need a beast.
Man, let's go. Isaiah, you got 1 left. Please don't be.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
You guys work.
I'm in humongous trouble. I'm in all kind. I'm in the worlds of trouble.
You're rated at 2.
I am Trey Tucker and Aiden O'Connell on the Raiders depth chart right now. Everything's falling apart around me. Everything is falling apart around me.
Maybe you got him at 3, Giant 3. And so what a run. We got Lynn.
I need Barry Sanders right here.
Don't waste 6th-round pick. I'm with you, man. But
I need Zamir White. You need Barry Sanders.
DJ 4.
I need.
All right,
I need Atlanta Falcons Todd Gurley.
All right, here we go. Last one.
Beast.
Y'all need it.
Give me a beast. I like him though, but yeah, I like him.
Aaron Foster. Let's see.
Yeah,
it kind of worked out. It's not horrible. It's not as good as it kind of worked out for me.
Johnson at 4. All right.
It's not as bad as it could have been. If this was like
LT, that's kind of where I'm at.
If this was LT, I would have been in some trouble.
Man,
that's what I needed. I needed an LT.
Yeah.
Genslinger is Aaron Foster your number 1. Is that what I'm seeing? All right, let's see. All right, so let's do this.
My list all right. Okay,
cool. I'm gonna get to the chat. I'm actually, you know what? I forgot about my guys last time because I got to the chat so quickly. All right, so before chat, let me know how it worked out. Give me your ranking, Chris. I'm going to you first, man. How to pan out?
Got Arian first, CJ 2, Beast Mode 3, Bettis 4, Jones Drew 5.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I like Foster, but I wouldn't have had him at 1. Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
LS's final ranking: Foster, Lynch, Bettis, CJ, and MJD. That's not bad.
Wait, what do you do? Foster, Lynch. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
All right, Severe man. Which one did you get? How'd you pan out?
All right, here, can't see it. I got CJ.
Okay.
Lynch, MJD, Bettis, and Foster.
When you had Jones Drew at 3, you knew that's when you felt you was in trouble.
I felt I was in trouble. Well, I felt I was in trouble. I was like, dang, because I had him at 3, and I was like, I think I still had. Did Lynch come first? Yeah, Lynch came first. Yeah, Lynch came first. I was like, dang, man. So I was struggling where to put MJD. I was like, man, I either go 5 or I'll go 3. It's like if he throw a bum up there, man, I'm done. So I have to leave myself some kind of wiggle room to go either way.
You know how much
I almost put Bettis at 5. I almost put Bettis, but I'm like, there may be someone worse. So that's why when Jones Drew came, I'm like, cool. I felt good about it. And I like Arian Foster, but yeah, I may have put. I don't know who's actually better. Who had a better career? Who would y'all say better out of Chris Johnson and Foster? I mean, Johnson had that year. I mean, he had a few years, but Foster was cold too.
Foster, he was smooth.
Yeah.
Foster, he stayed hurt though. That's the only thing.
I know that's the
CJ
thing.
He was kind of hurt too, but yeah.
I think I gotta take Chris Johnson though. That's who I'd take.
I'm probably taking Chris Johnson too.
Yeah. But Jeff, man, all right, you had Bettis at 4, Lynch at 2, MJD at 5, CJ at 3, Aaron Foster at 1. A lot of people, I think, ended up Aaron Foster at 1. L11, all right, L11. Where is your list? Where are you down there? I'm gonna go back. All right, I see you. All right, Bettis at 5, MJD at 4. You got CJ at 3, Foster 2, Lynch at 1. Okay, yeah, you can't be mad at Lynch at 1. Let me go back up. Isaiah, you got Foster at 1, Lynch at 2, Bettis at 3, MGD at 4, CJ 5.
Yeah.
I'm guessing CJ at 5. All right. That's tough though, man. CJ sticking at 5.
Yeah, having CJ at 5 is tough.
That's
Where's the flag? All right. Jerome at 5, Marshawn at 4, MJD at 3, CJ at 2. All right, yeah, everybody, man, everybody's leaving that number 1 spot open. Everybody was. In their fantasy primes would be okay with that. All right, let's go. You had Best at 4. That's what I'm guessing. Marshawn at 2, Aaron at 5, MJD at 3, and CJ at 1. That's what I'm guessing.
Exact same as me.
All right, okay. Now, real quick. I just kind of take a look at it because all 11 I read yours off. See if any more. All right. Chris, you had Beast Mode at 1, Foster at 2, MJD at 3, CJ at 4, Jerome Best at 5. That actually works out pretty good. Yeah.
So I don't know. Jones Drew got to be 5 for me. That's why I was.
Jones Drew was a dog, man. Jones Drew was cold.
Out of all of them,
but who was he better than though? Maybe Bettis. Maybe
Bettis.
He ain't better than
Foster.
No way.
He might be better than Foster.
No way. No way. He is not. No way. No way.
He might have been better than Foster.
No way.
I mean,
no way. Nah.
Cold, man. MJD was cold. I mean, MJD was cold, man.
2, 3.
MJD came in there.
CJ at 1.
There was balling as a rookie. As a rookie.
No, he wrecked shop, but Foster was
balling.
Foster was cold.
So
Foster was cold for like 2 years though. That's the thing.
I actually think I might. I hear what Severe's saying because Maurice Jones-Drew was a bad man.
No, he's cool, but
that's debatable with MJD over
Aaron Foster. I'm going MJD.
Yeah, I think that's very debatable. Like, there's arguments on both sides to that one.
And remember, MJD's he's a 4-3 guy.
Chat, who would you take, MJD or Aaron Foster? I'm real curious.
MJD was didn't they call him like a bowling ball with knives or something like that?
I don't know, man.
That dude was a monster.
The more I think about it, like, Maurice Jones-Drew was a bad man, and he didn't have much over there with the Jags. Aaron Foster didn't have a whole lot.
Was that when he
was a job back in that day?
That was when they was a playoff team, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Was he there with Brunell and them?
Was he there with Brunell when? That's when.
I
don't think he was there. I think he was there when he might have caught the end of Brunell, but he was there with from Marshall and David Garrard. What's my man from Marshall? Byron Leftwich.
Oh, Leftwich. Yeah. No, they was all right.
Not much.
Right.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
But so just when you got MJ, you got Maurice Jones-Drew, all 11, you got Foster, but it's close. It's tough. Both are awesome. Yeah. And when Muscle just there.
Wasn't that the other dude?
That was
MJD,
Doug or not Doug Martin.
The
Doug or not.
Yeah.
Foster on the field, MJD on the mic. LS MJD. All right. So I'm telling you,
like a wide margin, but
I'm with you.
Clears.
Yeah.
Now
I think I just like Foster's game, man. I just like how he ran.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I just like watching him play.
He was one of the smoothest runners I've ever seen.
Patient. Yeah.
I mean, he'd glide. That's basically what he do.
He'll be leaving people. It don't even look like he's running hard.
Exactly. So, all right, we're gonna do this real quick. Chat, let me know. Rank it 1 to 5. No blind. 1 to 5. Just want to be your 2-1. All right. So Bettis, Lynch got Lynch at number 1. MJ at 5.
Let me see. How would I rank this?
How would you rank this, chat? Let's go. Your number 1 being the best, number 5 being the worst. How would you rank it? It's not blind anymore. How would you do it?
Damn, man.
I'm
it's
curious. Take MJ over Foster.
I'm trying to think how cold.
How cold really was.
How cold really was Bettis?
Bettis was cold. He was cold.
He was cold. Like, I mean, he was a bad man.
He was just a rumbler though. He was just
but like, and then you think at the end of his career, he was just like a touchdown getter. But Okay.
Yeah.
So like this.
So you think Jones Drew's better than Bettis?
No, see, I don't remember Bettis in his prime though. That's the thing. I don't
Bettis
remember
was
Bettis when he
cold.
was in his prime.
That's
I remember
like
Bettis like
Man,
he just
older.
living in Ohio. I watched a lot of
That's
Bettis
crazy.
just with my
Yeah.
dad watching the Browns. So
Yeah.
Bettis was cold.
I mean, they got
I didn't see
MJ.
a
Like
lot of-
Isaiah's got MJD right up there with Bettis. Foster last.
See,
Let's see.
I might have that though. I might have
Oh,
that.
I remember that. MJD did
Oh.
put Sean Merriman on his ass. I remember that.
Yeah, dude.
Where's the flag? You got Marshawn Lynch 1.
Yeah, I probably got Lynch.
That's
I
5. Ooh.
probably got Lynch had a lot of moments, but I'm trying to think like over the
Cool,
course of the
Kev.
season, what did he do? Because he had moments.
So
where it's
LS
like-
Prime.
yeah. But
On the prime.
he was pretty consistent though. I mean, he got solid numbers
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, Bettis was good, man. But I'm with you, Sir. It's like I'm trying to think back and just collectively just how good Bettis really was. I mean, he was cold as hell. Like he was a baller without question.
Yeah. But it was like just the
Oh,
way
man.
the Steelers played. It was just
it's just like 3 yards in the cloud, in the cloud of dust.
Yeah, I mean,
but not his big ass would break though, because the cap would just bounce off of him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would break.
Ooh, L11's got Maurice Jones-Drew last on this one. Bettis, then Foster.
And I can see some people
CJ
having that
Lynch.
opinion.
All right.
I can
See,
some people
now
having
I
that
was
opinion.
close. Now I'm close with that one. The last one that was up there.
L11.
I'm close with that, but I might switch. To me, Foster and Chris Johnson is close to me. That's where I'm like,
I don't know.
But I feel like at one point, CJ was the best back in the league, and I don't think
Yeah.
Foster really ever was.
Yeah.
No, he was one of. But
Foster?
CJ, yeah.
Yeah, but like
CJ was at
CJ
one point.
legitimately had like 2 years where I think he was the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2,000 yard. Yeah. CJ 2K for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
How you can argue? Okay, so LS, you got CJ Lynch, MJD, Foster, Bettis. He's got Bettis last. Yeah, I guess for me, I'm just struggling just to remember how good Bettis was.
Yeah,
That's
he
I
was
think
just
where
such
I'm just
like
struggling.
a likable character too. So it was like,
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. He was like the NFL everyman.
yeah.
Let me see.
man, Bettis was good with the Rams and the Steelers. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot he was at he
was with the Rams.
Actually, he kind of got busy with the Rams though. He kind of got busy.
Oh, Raiders Show family on too. Yeah, guys, go make sure after this go support Nabman, man. He started his channel. Man, okay. So, Severe, you looking it up just see how good Bettis really was?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I'm looking up Foster and
Jones Drew.
Jones Drew too. They each got
Hey,
one
man.
rushing title.
Hey, Giant Ocean man. Hey, I'm 41. Okay, I'm 41. I'm up there, but I'm struggling just to remember. I remember he was good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's almost as if like it's because I've seen so many running backs since then. It's trying to
No,
remember
yeah,
how
but
good
yeah.
he really was.
No,
Bettis
Bettis was good. Yeah, Bettis was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody trying to say he not no good. It's just like how
Oh,
good was he?
Bettis never averaged more than 4.9 a carry. That's a hell of an average.
Exactly, man.
He
Exactly.
averaged 4.8. Like Jesus, that's a damn good running back.
I'm about to say Emmitt Smith don't got that average on his career, do we?
At all, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, man. But Maurice Jones-Drew is a freak athlete. I'm just looking at his combine numbers right now. That dude's a freak athlete. Dude ran the 4.3, jumped 36-inch on his vert.
Bettis hands down number 1 on this list.
No way.
Really?
No way. No
Man.
way.
I just got it, man. I guess I just got to remember. I might,
You look, I mean,
man.
I'm looking at it.
Ah,
It's tough because
Who? Foster?
All
We'll
of
go
them
back to the
really,
big
because
screen.
none of them really had. No, I'm looking at Aaron Foster, and so Foster low key he only played 7 years. Jones Drew only played 8, but that last one was in Oakland, so that really don't count. That
Dang,
don't
Rich
count.
Jones, you only played 8 years?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then
Damn.
but you look at Arian Foster's last 2 years though. He played played 4 games, and with Houston and only had 163 yards on the year. Then his last year was in Miami. He only had 55 yards on the year. So they both had some super short careers.
Dang. So
And
Raider Hawaii, is that
they numbers
Raider
are
Hawaii, does that mean you're putting Bettis number 1 as well? Because man, Jeff 8 years of
so
1,000
so
plus rushing yards.
so you look at it. So
That's crazy work.
Aaron Foster had 80 career games played.
What up, Bueno?
He put up he put up 6,527 yards. Maurice Jones-Drew played 126 games. He put up 8,167 yards. Both 4.4 yards a carry. But Foster had way more touchdowns though. He had 54 touchdowns. No, he didn't. If he had 54 touchdowns, Jones-Drew had 68. So touchdowns per year, Foster got him. Receiving yards is pretty identical too. They're very, very identical players. Pretty identical players, honestly. Career fumbles 11 for him, but he played less games. But career fumbles for Jones-Drew 10. Bettis, he only averaged he for his career he averaged 3.9 yards a carry.
His first year?
No, for his career. His first year he averaged 5. He came in busted. He came in average 5 his first year. And then it was kind of downhill from there. Then 3.2, then 3.5. Then he got to the Steelers. Then look what happened. 4.5 and then 4.4. Then there's a whole bunch of threes. Then he had a 4.8 in 2001. And then it was all threes after that. So he was peaks and valleys. He had no rushing title, but he was first team All-Pro twice, second team All-Pro once, 6 Pro Bowls. Aaron Foster has 1 rushing title, first team All-Pro twice. Was he second team? Let me see. Was he second team? It was first pro. First team All-Pro once, second team All-Pro once with 4 Pro Bowls. But he was the touchdown leader twice, rushing leader once. Maurice Jones, Foster. So 1 first team All-Pro, 1 second team All-Pro, touchdown leaders twice, rushing leader once.
Good career.
MJD has 2 first team All-Pros, 1 second team All-Pros, All-Pro, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 rushing leader. He was 2 times NFL alumni running back of the year. I don't know what that is. I don't think that even matters.
So I mean, look. So basically, you're saying Aaron Foster, MGD, they're close.
They're very close.
They're very close. So
I think
again,
MJD is a better athlete.
I just preference at that point. With them.
Yeah, that and like it's you can argue both sides without question. All right, so it's gonna be hard as hell to we got to jump to the defensive side. It's gonna be hard as hell to kind of give that ranking, which is tough, man. I appreciate everybody checking in with us. Bueno, we talked about Anthony Patch earlier, and I ain't saying the other one. Okay, you and Jeff, you guys need to check yourself. I see what you guys are trying to do. All right, I'm out of here with this damn comment. Let's see. We're talking about peak. Yes, peak. 11 peak. Best in their career. And so, yeah, Jeff. See, Jeff, you're a bad influence on this chat, Jeff. That's what you are. See what's happening. Let's go. Raider, why are you saying best played twice a year against the Ravens, who had one of the best teams? Okay, I mean, fair point. If you take a look at competition as well, man, that entire division is always about defense, without question. Yeah. So definitely a fair point to bring up. Yeah, Bueno, you almost. You Jeff need to stop hanging out. Look at them. They're working together. That's what's happening. All right. We're going to jump back up to the big screen. We're going to go over defense real quick, and then we're going to Then we're gonna close it down. So defense, edge rushers. Then we'll go to interior defensive line. But edge rushers, obviously, you look at our front four, absolutely nasty. Edge rushers, yeah. I thought we should have got another edge rusher. Shout out to Chris. You had your interview earlier today with John Joyner. This is a guy that we talked about it on Sunday. He can make some waves, which will be very interesting. But I still thought we should have gotten an edge rusher at some point in the draft because our depth is just struggling. I mean, if Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, if something happens to them, our backups, Charles Snowden, Tyree Wilson, unblocked Hall of Famer, OLV Agofu. I'm not gonna try to butcher it too much. Andre Carter, again, brought him over from the practice squad last year. Then he got some playing time. Jaw Carter. I'm sorry. Jaw Joyner, Trayvon Maia. That's kind of what we got. If Jaw Joyner doesn't work out, the only one that I think can be a decent rotational piece is Charles Snowden. And that's just because he was last year. So I think June 1 cuts come around. I'm going to see if edge rushers kind of pop up a little bit because, again, I want us to prioritize one in the draft. So, Severe, I'll throw it to you first this time. What's your thoughts on the edge rushers? Do you think we should look out if we see a name drop June 1?
Yeah, I definitely would. Just to have another guy. We already seen both Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz finished last year on injured reserve. So,
exactly.
You can never have too many pass rushers. Sending at these teams in waves. I know they like to use Jonah Laulu at kind of as a big end, and same thing with Zach Carter. So like bigger defensive ends, but as a true edge rusher, we probably need at least one more guy. Pulling for Ja. Hope he takes a certain player spot. So
we're not naming no names.
Ain't naming no names.
So yeah, I'm with you, and obviously, Chris. Again, everybody, make sure you guys go check out that interview Chris did with Jaw Joyner earlier today on his channel, Protect the Shield podcast. Man, it was definitely a good one. So, Chris, man, what's your thoughts on the edge rushers?
I think a lot of it has to do with is Malcolm Kuntz going to be the Malcolm Kuntz that we were expecting last year, or if the injury is going to set him back. I know we always make jokes about him, but is there going to be any kind of development with Tyree? Charles Snowden, he showed some flashes last year, but I don't know if it's enough to really get excited for. I think all those other guys, will probably kind of be fighting for that last spot. Again, I like what I see on tape with Jaw Joyner. So, I think if he can, kind of put some stuff together, he has a shot. But, I wouldn't mind, seeing who else is out there, after the June cuts, because it's I don't know how much faith I got in Charles Snowden to be completely honest, because he would show flashes at times, but then because he had a strong preseason. And then once the season started, he just we didn't see much of him, and then he kind of showed some flashes later on, if I remember correctly.
He had a couple flashes. I remember when we were reviewing film, there was a game kind of later in the year where he had he had a decent game. He popped out, but again, inconsistent. So
yeah, exactly.
That's the thing is, and you look at Tyree. Tyree is not going to get anywhere because we're about to talk about the interior. Giant Ocean, man, you're about Tonka Hemingway. We're about to talk about that in a second. But with the interior, Tyree ain't going to get no work on the interior anymore. I'm sorry.
No reason to.
No reason. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So the only work he's going to get is at the edge rushing position. And if we
work in the exterior.
Exactly. I don't want that to be the rotational piece if someone gets hurt. So, Jaw Joyner, man, we rooting for him without question. I think we're all kind of rooting for him. This is why we're going to definitely be focusing on the in the preseason. Jeff Harlets, I remember when they came out and it was all in book form. I used to get them back in the day. This is why you knew Jerome Bettis had 8 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons. That's why you knew it, man. You got the history. And check Jeff out Saturday night. They do a hell of a show Saturday night. They just cover Raider history. Go make sure you guys go check that out, man.
Yeah, that is fire.
I check in on it, man, because look, I know the history, but I don't know it like those guys.
They know it. They're on it.
So they know their shit when it comes to that. Snowden is sketchy like his truck. Oh yeah, damn it, Cool Kev. Ginslinger, I'm blowing the whistle on Snowden. Wait. So here's the thing. Let's talk about the interior. I'll be honest. I don't know if there's much to talk about in the interior. I think it's going to be if Adam Butler, Malcolm Kuntz are healthy, this rotation is going to be nasty. With we have some bigger guys, we have some athletic guys. It is going to be nasty, at the end of the day. And so, Chris, I'll throw it to you first on this one. Not because I thought you played a different position. It's because I went to severe.
Yeah, first my old position. Old nose tackle. Old nose tackle, Chris.
Chris playing nose tackle at 5'9".
Right.
All right. Not because of that.
That's
damn it.
Why we love Lampkin so much, man.
I was what was his name? PJ Hall.
Exactly. Oh my God! Don't remind me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I know we all pretty much love Adam Butler for sure. Wilkins, I'm really excited to see him come back and kind of get that going. Leaky Fotu. I don't know.
He's a big boy. Like he is. Yeah. He's going to try to compete as that big defensive tackle. Outside of JJ Pegues, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to plug that up a little bit.
And I know I always mess up his name. Is it Lalulu or
Laulu? Yeah, Jonah.
Yeah. So Jonah. Yeah. Now Jonah, he shows flashes. But I can't lie, man. Pegues though. Pegues, I could see moving up the depth chart for sure. I could see him move. So, I think both of those guys could be in trouble just because I think it's flexible where you can put him, So I think he can back up either Adam Butler or Wilkins. Zach Carter, I'm not too high on. I'm definitely not high on Malcolm Butler at all.
Matthew.
Matthew. Yeah, I'm not high on him. Is that Laki Tasu? Is that our guy?
Samoan.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, I want to see him move. Honestly, right now I'm putting him ahead of Matthew Butler. Right now. I'm serious, man. I just never liked Matthew Butler. I just never did, man. So, but it's gonna take him some while to kind of learn the game. And actually, I kind of liked Anthony Booker too. He was a big boy as well. So we definitely got some big boys on that line, which we needed. With our boy Big Jenkins leaving. So I'm okay where we're at for DT. Honestly, I'm okay.
I'm with you. I think we got solid starters, and I think we got some damn good depth to rotate through. Even if somebody gets hurt, like you're saying, Jonah Laulu, he came in and played pretty solid. He's not the biggest boy in the world that's going to be that 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. Like he potentially can be, but I don't think he's there for that. But damn, the depth that we have and the rotational and the competition we have in this building in the interior is nasty, man. So Severe, man, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this probably our strongest unit in the entire team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Between Wilkins, Butler, I like Leaky Fotu just for what he will bring, just as a guy that's a big body in the middle. Jonah Laulu, he definitely showed some flashes last year. I think he's going to get even better this year. And I really like JJ Pegues. Tonkin Hemingway, I'm kind of lukewarm on. I don't dislike him. He's had some flashes. I saw some flashes, but I just he needs to be more consistent. Zach Carter actually was a guy. He wasn't that bad last year. Whether he was playing on the interior or playing at end, he was solid. Matthew Butler is he's Matthew Butler. I think we drafted him in the third, fourth round out of Tennessee when we picked him up. So he's been a big disappointment. And Laki Tasi, he's not even counted against the roster because he's in the pathway program. So he's going to be a guy that's going to be given, every opportunity to kind of learn and develop. So if he puts it together, look out.
He He could be a tank.
And that's the thing is even that Chris, to your point, that Anthony Booker, he's massive.
Oh, that's a big boy.
I think he's
that's
like
a big boy.
6'4", 350, almost 350.
That's a big boy. Yeah,
that's
what
more
I'm saying. We got some beef this year, man. We got some beef.
Yeah, like we talked about building the trenches, and we just did it.
Yeah, we got some big boys.
Steve, you're saying why is it we don't have luck with Tennessee Volunteers, man? Hopefully we do with Deontay Thornton this year. Let's just hope we break that mold. But I'm with you, man. No, because what Matthew Butler, he was Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have much luck.
Only the Tennessee player we had was Denarius Moore.
Denarius Moore.
Oh my God.
We picked up another one, so we better hope we have luck with him.
Right.
Lockie Tati. All right. Raider Wild always helps us out with it, without question. LS is Silverback Gorilla. I think our offense is going to be so good this year. We give the defense more rest. I mean, maybe. Let's hope so. I'm with you. Let's hope so. So let's move to linebackers. We got ourselves Devin White. Roberts.
Got us a stud.
Amari.
Stud at will.
We got ourselves. We got ourselves a guy named Tommy Eichenberg.
Do you mean?
Amari Gainer, Cody Lindenberg. We got Jalen Walker, Brandon Smith, and Matt Jones. Look, let me know, guys. Let me know what this linebacker room looks like. LS is first up. This is an awful room.
Yeah, man.
This is probably my, this is probably easily my biggest concern. And then, obviously if something happens to, if for any reason, our first rounder, if something happens to him, then that's going to be another big concern with that running back room, in my opinion. But this linebacker room, this front office better know something we don't, without question. Quirk, man, you're saying, let me go up. You're saying I rock with White. All right, man. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
This is not even hot dog water. At least hot dog water has some utility. These hot dog water is used for making hot dogs. Like these dudes ain't good for nothing.
Oh man. Yeah, honestly, I think it's all about the development of both Amaris. Honestly,
I don't know.
One of the two is going to have to take a step up, and also, Amari Gainer will also be playing some end as well. So we also got to kind of, because honestly, he probably get out there before some of those other guys. So
not to name somebody.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, man. Yeah, one of the Amaris definitely is going to have to step up. I mean, Tommy Eichenberg, he's just going to have to step up, man. He's just going to have to step up. That's all there is to it. So one of those three are going to have to do something.
So hold on, before I send it to Severe, because obviously for myself,
we already know where that's going to go.
I'm a big Cody Lindenberg fan. Definitely wanted him.
Like
we were able to snag him. So, let's hope that maybe he can battle a little bit. Lunatic, Raiders Allegiance, whatever happened to Reggie McKenzie's son from Tennessee? I mean, I don't know.
I thought he was supposed to be good. He's never panned out.
Yeah. I have no clue, man. Your guess is better than mine.
I think he had a son that was playing O-line, too. I think he had one that was playing defense and one that was playing O-line. Neither one of them really panned out that well.
Yeah, Giant Ocean linebackers the weakest. Yes, and we have the Dread Pirate Roberts. We're good. Hey, we'll see how it all works out. John Leon, what's happening, man? Appreciate you. So here's the thing, Severe. What do you think about our linebacker room? You got the floor, sir.
This is.
Here we go.
This
Chris.
is. Remember our running backs room from last year. This might trump that room. This might actually be worse than that. This is disgusting. I like you, Landon Roberts. Tommy Eichenberg, he can make me a latte at Starbucks. Cody Lindenberg, I like. Like, they got Devin White. We're paying Devin White in hot Cheetos and Red Bull, and this man 100%. Is starting. Like, we like I said, we need Amari Burney to step up. We need Amari Gainer to step up. we need Cody Lindenberg to hit the ground running, because that's maybe our only hope. And Landon Roberts is going to be a guy that's in the middle. I think that he's he kind of proved his worth last year with Pittsburgh. So I think he'll be solid. But every other linebacker spot is humongous question marks. And if Landon Roberts for any reason goes down, oh my goodness, we are in a world of hurt.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's right. My boy Cody Lindenberg, he's gonna step up. Don't you worry, Severe. Don't you worry. I got hope.
We may have
to
run
down.
We may have to ask Thayer to play linebacker.
Hey, sir, since you got such great feet,
give up your wide receiver dream. We need you.
Versatile. That's what you're talking about. Ready Rundown, what's up, man? Appreciate you popping in, guys. Make sure you guys go hit up Ready Rundown's channel, man. He's always going live with the fellas, man. Make sure you guys show some support over there. John Ocean needs to spend the rest of the money on TJ Watt.
Man,
Get him. I don't know if I'm spending the rest of the money on TJ Watt, but hey, wouldn't be mad if he was over here. But not sure if that's ever going to happen. I'll give you my thoughts in the linebacker room. I think Pegues will start. Don't start that, Jeff. Don't you start that, Jeff. You ain't putting that out there. Ain't nobody starting over my guy Adam Butler. And Chris, you sent me that interview that him and Max Crosby had, and he's gonna ball this year, guys. You guys
I hope
be
so.
ready.
You
just be ready for Adam Butler. All right. That's why I didn't want Chris, your boy Mason Graham at all. Even though
that's where you lost me.
Even though I don't think Mason Graham is going to live up to his hype. I'm just letting you know. I'm just throwing that out there. But
Chris,
ain't nobody starting over.
This gonna be Zamir White all over. They told me running backs. He told me Mason Graham.
Hey, but ain't nobody starting over my guy Adam Butler. Jeff, you get out of here with that. So, but look, with the linebackers, that's another between what we talk about the guard position. I think it was the running back position potentially, and now we're looking at the linebacker position and the edge rusher. Those are positions that, hey, if something pops up June 1, we got the salary cap space. I think we have around $34 million still. Maybe we look there, but there are some players. We still don't know what we got out of Amari Burney. Amari Gaynor can potentially step up. Severe's boy Tommy Eichenberg, it's his time. You either do it or you're out. And then Cody Lindenberg, being an actual drafted player, we'll kind of see how he can help this linebacker room. But at the end of the day, we have nothing, and I think all of us can agree to this. And I think the chat, we can all agree, there's a lot of question marks sitting in our linebacker room. So if something pops up June 1, man, I would not be surprised if we take a look at it. If it happens with the salary cap space we have. Unless I don't think I've seen a linebacker room filled with so much poverty. Jesus. How it is. One bad play away from starting the realtor firm in the Vegas area. Yeah, right? Exactly.
Oh, man. Lindenberg and Eichenberg. Oh.
I heard Gaynor's having. Hey, you know what? I think Gaynor was with Max Crosby, day one of the draft too. They're hanging out, man. I think they're chilling together. So we'll see if they're working out together. Or at least, Amari Gaynor's really trying to learn from one of the best hustlers out there and the hardest working guys in our locker room. So let's see it works out. Larry Fleming, what's going on, man? I appreciate you. I'm seeing nickel and dime packages. 3 LBs is not to our advantage this year, barring some major developments.
Yeah.
If you look at what Patrick Graham ran last year, man, he ran a lot of two linebacker sets, 5 down linemen. He'd bring up a linebacker coming off the edge. So yeah, we may only need two solid linebackers. So I'm with you.
It's gonna be a lot of Jeremy Chin in that playing that like robber role type deal.
Exactly. Yeah, Jeremy Chin's gonna be walking up in the box without question. And so Raider Pete, yeah, exactly. That 4-2-5 defense on the way with, like Severe just said, Jeremy Chin kind of walking his way up.
But then who's the other safety then?
Paul.
Also, a boy from Notre Dame. What's his name? He probably on the screen. I ain't see it. Thomas Harper. I think he got a lot of he got a lot of run last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got linebackers. Let's go to corners. Then we'll move to safeties. Let's go to corners. Guys, let me know what the safety room looks like for you guys in the chat. Or, sorry, the cornerback room. So you got Jacorian Bennett. Chris, your guy on one side again, but coming off a season-ending injury. Let's hope that he continues what he showed. We talked a little bit about Eric Stokes and Darian Porter, Lonnie Johnson Jr. slotted. DC Richardson slotted behind Jacorian Bennett, Mello Dotson, a guy that we think has a chance at making that 53-man roster. And then
damn, did they cut your boy Severe, the other guy that we drafted that last year?
Which one?
The other corner you like?
Yeah, they got rid of him. They got rid of him and Ramel Keaton. That's why it was so hot. It's like they got rid of him and Ramel Keaton, and Tommy Eichenberg is still collecting the check.
That's right. Huh? Shit, who was that? Who was that at the corner?
MJ Devonshire.
Yeah, Devonshire.
Right.
Yeah.
And just saying, you're right. On a serious note, linebacker through safety is where Pete made his name. Yeah, so that's why I think Jeremy Chin's going to walk up. He's going to be sitting in the box, so we may not need a bunch of depth at the linebacker position. Maybe just 3 solid ones, maybe 4 with the rotational piece. So I'm with you on that. And so, man, cool Kev default Richardson getting cut. That would be pretty shocking. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it will, just because the size that he has is kind of like what Pete likes. I think they'll be patient with him, to be honest.
China knows. What do you think about putting Tommy at safety? I think that's ridiculous.
Tommy who?
Tommy who? Tommy Mellott? Or Mellott? Yeah, sorry.
I don't know how to say his name.
Tommy Mellott.
I got to see that though.
I mean, there's no. Like, you're not going from small school switching positions, and all of a sudden you think you can go over and go play safety in the National Football League.
It's different. Yeah, you
got who did that? Was that Eric Crouch? Didn't he do that?
Shit, Eric Crouch.
I think he went to receiver. Did he go to safety? I think the Rams picked him up.
Eric Crouch, from the Nebraska quarterback.
No, isn't that the kid that didn't he retire before the preseason?
Did he retire?
Nah. Well, one of the dudes, I thought it was Eric Crouch. I thought he actually
made the transition. He didn't play quarterback. I know he won the Heisman. He didn't play quarterback.
Yeah, and I thought he went to safety. Honestly,
I thought that was the kid that literally I thought he was the one that retired before the season ever started. He announced his retirement.
That could be.
Yeah, I thought it was Eric Crouch.
Because he did move from quarterback to he was saying that he was going to try to play a different position because he was more of a running quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
Nebraska.
Yeah, that was the joke.
He's the one that retired.
He played like for the Rams.
Yeah, I know the Rams picked him up.
Yeah, I think he played. Yeah.
So, okay. Crouch played safety. Okay.
Yeah, I think he played.
Maybe he retired shortly after or something. I mean, I remember he didn't play very long. So, but again, looking at the corners, I don't see us bringing in another corner. I don't see us prioritizing another corner. Again, Jacorian Bennett, Eric Stokes is a guy that Pete Carroll brought in with the measurables that he likes.
Solid guys, yeah.
You draft Darian Porter in the 3rd, which you expect him to be a starter fairly soon. DC Richardson, Chris, to your point, I don't think we cut him. I think we continue to see what we got in him, and Mello Dotson could be knocking on the doorstep as an undrafted free agent. Again, a lot of us were surprised he wasn't drafted. So
I think Lonnie Johnson can play some corner too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he can.
He can move around. So we'll get to the nickel corners here in a second, but Severe, man, what's your final thoughts on just the outside corner position?
We need some health. That's the main thing. We need Jacorian Bennett to stay healthy. We need Eric Stokes to stay healthy, and we need to see some development out of Darian Porter. And hopefully Mello Dotson can take the Cameron Richardson spot, because I don't know. I think DCAM might be able to develop because the tools are there. It's just he needs to put it together, man. He's first year in the league. I think he's pretty young too, so he'll have a chance this year. And Pete Carroll's been known to have success developing corner, so we'll see. So I'm okay with this room.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's putting a lot of faith in Pete Carroll that he's identifying talent and he can make it work. So, Chris, did I throw it at you? I forget.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of gave. I mean, I love JB. Stokes, he's a guy that's got to keep my eye on. If he's a guy that can, give us some good reps, and he would be okay. But I honestly think they drafted Porter to start. But Stokes being on the field, as long as he's healthy. DCam, it's so hard for me to have faith in him. As you guys know, with Jacorian Bennett, he kind of had a rough rookie year, but I still saw something in him. I don't necessarily see much in DCam, so that's a little worrisome, but hopefully he's not going to have to get thrown out there. Thomas Harper, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember much about him, so you guys may have.
I think it was towards the tail end of the season. I think he clinched one of the games with an interception.
Did he?
It was,
okay.
Mid to late in the season.
He played a bunch.
Yeah.
He played a bunch.
I mean, did he give us good?
He was
solid. Solid. Yeah. Nothing spectacular, but solid.
All right.
We still need some help. I don't know if he's a true starting caliber safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so if Isaiah Paul-Mao goes down, we might need a little help there.
Then Mello Dotson. I do like him. I think he's a guy. John Humphrey, don't really know too much about him. On the other side, as far as nickel, I think Darnay did enough. He showed some promise. But again, he played a lot towards the end when there was a lot of extra, or there was a lot of backups in. So I'll be curious to see how he can play with our full front four in full force. And Sam Webb, I always have some kind of hope for him, but I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid this year, so we'll see. But so I don't know. I'm okay with our our cornerbacks. That's definitely not our worst. That's not our top priority for sure.
Nah.
No, I think you drafted to basically make sure that you got your guys.
And go to war with,
and free agency by bringing in Eric Stokes, Lonnie Johnson Jr. that can transition over and play some corner if need be. So I think I don't see us prioritizing a corner.
And honestly, didn't Chin play some corner too?
Play some nickel.
Okay,
I think more nickel.
So, I mean, he gives some flexibility. That's what I was thinking.
Palomar did too.
Yeah, I remember they tried him out.
Yeah. So I got a lunatic man. You're saying Greedy Vance Jr. I got to put a little more research into him. I got to look more at him. I definitely wanted us to get a slot corner in the draft.
He's from USC. You don't got to look him up.
Here we go. I like Darnay Holmes, but again, I wanted us to get a slot corner, and we didn't do it. So let's hope that Pete Carroll knows the hell. He knows what he's doing and sees in Darnay Holmes that he can come in and produce. And so we'll kind of see how that plays out. But I don't see us prioritizing a corner for the during the June 1 cuts. Cool Kev DCam is a poor man. Eric Harris. I mean, Eric Harris was safety, but I see what you're saying. Prime time. You said Richardson and Porter and Bennett all got that 4.3 speed. Yes, they do. It's a not only the 4.3 speed, but they're all maybe not Bennett. Bennett's tall, not on the taller side, but obviously DC Richardson and Porter are on the taller side. If Richardson can reach his potential, we got lightning speed and size for days. Yeah, I'm with you. And Giants. Going back to your past comment, because then we'll jump over to the safeties, and that's going to be the last position group. You said Tommy Mellott runs 4.3, damn near can win a slam dunk contest playing quarterback. Most of his career, the ability to read the field. Safety, being a great athlete. I'll be honest, man. I'm just gonna being a great athlete. That's great.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean you have the instincts. It doesn't mean that you have the experience to jump over in the National Football League and go play it. That's
you gotta Melifanu. So Obi.
I actually wanted that kid to be good.
I did too. He was a good kid.
Good.
He was a free athlete. Yeah, man. We had success with old. Was it Tretch from Naughty by Nature? Come on, man. What's my man? Hey, what's my man from other UConn safety that went to the Chiefs? Tyvon Branch.
Tyvon Branch, yeah.
He had success with him, so
kinda,
he was smooth for like a few years.
Yeah,
but he would always be hurt, and then he defected and went to the Chiefs.
So basically, at the end of the day, we're telling him a lot. Like let's kind of again, it's like tailor the expectations. He's a great athlete, but there's a crap ton of great athletes in the National Football League. You better know that position and know that skill set to be able to capitalize on it. So, but again, I'm not going to argue. He is a damn good athlete, and I'm sure that they will try to move him in certain positions that are going to help the team, especially potentially in the return game. And Jen Slinger, Vance is a waste of space. Just say it how it is. Anthony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you.
We got a lot of speed out there, though. We definitely got a lot of speed.
That's what speed and height. That deep, like we're gonna talk about the safeties in a second. You got nothing but 6'2", 6'3", plus corners and safeties. Yeah, man, like good luck.
Yeah,
good luck.
A lot of 4-3 guys out there. A lot of 4-3.
Yeah,
speed out there.
A lot of 4-3 guys, and then Chris Smith.
Shit. So let's go straight over to the safeties. All right, Jeremy Chin, Isaiah Palamau, right, and then obviously Lonnie Johnson Jr., Thomas Harper behind there, Chris Smith. We're still waiting to see what he can do. Trey Taylor, our 7th rounder from Army. Look, I think Isaiah Palamau is a hell of a pickup in free agency. Jeremy Chin, I think, will work well. Basically, the replacement for Trayvon Merrick. So I think he's going to be more of a box safety. So I think I'm not going to lie. I think we're good at safety. At least I think this coaching staff is good at safety. So, man, Chris, I'll throw it to you first this time, man. What's your thought on the safety position?
Yeah, I think Chin and Palamau is a good combo. Seems like we have some pretty deep depth with Lonnie and Thomas. And again, like, Chris Smith, in college, he showed some good things. Yeah. And Trey Taylor, Trey Taylor's a guy that, we heard a lot about, just with his, productivity and his accomplishments, winning the award for the best defensive, the best defensive back or whatever. So would like to see, honestly, I'm surprised we didn't see much of him last year. So, I'm not sure if he was in the doghouse or if he just didn't perform. So hopefully he gets an opportunity to show that he can ball. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you, and we'll see what Trey Taylor can actually bring to the table too.
I'm saying I'm okay with our safeties, honestly.
John Q, what's happening, man? Hopefully there will be a preseason dull and emerge on defense. I'm sure Pete and SpyTech give the roster a good pre-draft assessment, 100%. I think they said something like they had like thousands of pages on these candidates. Yeah. I'm surprised they dropped so many receivers and only one late round running back or linebacker. Yeah, they prioritize offense.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
One linebacker is just wild to me.
I know.
That's wild.
But all right, Severe man, your thoughts on the safeties? What you thinking?
Yeah, man. The two frontline guys, Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Palamau, I like both of those guys. I like what I saw from Thomas Harper last year. Lonnie Johnson is solid depth. Been hoping against hope for Chris Smith to show something. I like that guy. He was one of the leaders on that Georgia Bulldogs team. He was supposed to be the guy that wasn't necessarily the best athlete, but his intelligence would kind of carry the day for him. He's supposed to have really good instincts, and it just hasn't materialized yet. So we'll see. Trey Taylor, I was always kind of whatever on Trey Taylor. I know a lot of people were high on him because you won a Jim Thorpe Award.
Yeah.
But like I be trying to tell people those college awards don't mean nothing. Like Cleveland Farrell won the Ted Hendricks Award the year he came out. Alex Leatherwood won like the Casey Block Award when he came out, and some other awards. So like them college awards don't mean a damn thing. So and then like people are like, oh man, he's Ed Reed's cousin. And then you find out
by marriage.
Through marriage. It's like, oh, this is disgusting. This is
the like, pedigree.
This tomfoolery y'all playing. He's Ed Reed's cousin. Like, bro, ain't a drop of Ed Reed's blood in this man's body. So
Hey, but Palomar, he's really related to Troy though, isn't he?
He's legit related.
Yeah,
he's legit
nephew
related,
maybe.
So. Yeah, I think so.
Trey Taylor's fake related. That's what you say.
Trey Taylor is that's paperwork. He signed a contract to be related to him, so that's like I ain't trying to. So he can't be claiming that. Like, he's Ed Reed's cousin. Like, no, he's not. So I mean, so I'm hoping for some development out of him. You know, he was a good player at Air Force, right? Yeah, Air Force. So, it's a fairly young group. I think, you know, a lot of these guys are on the upward swing, like Thomas Harper for sure, Isaiah Palomalo for sure. Jeremy Chin had a solid year last year. We're hoping for some development out of Trey Taylor and Chris Smith. So overall, man, our secondary is like super young. Super young.
Yeah.
Super young.
It's all about development there, man. If we can just get one or two guys to kind of take that Jacorian Bennett year 2 leap, we might have something.
And it's a lot of potential.
Right.
You know, you hate throwing that word around because potential means a question mark, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is you got quite a few former first round draft picks sitting on this in this just defensive back room. And so, and when talking about the Trey Taylor, man, when you get a guy in the 7th, to me, I felt like Trey Taylor was just strictly special teams guy because of the new kickoff rule. You know, you hope he could probably produce somewhere in the defensive backfield if someone gets hurt, but you need that type of tackling ability, the ability to get downfield on that kickoff team. So that's kind of what I looked at Trey Taylor. But I'm with you guys. You know, Jeremy Chin, if he can play that same role as Isaiah or Trayvon Merrick, let's see how well he could do, especially at the price tag that we brought him in at. It's definitely a cheap price. I was excited about Isaiah Palomalo. So I think, you know, he could definitely be that safety that can go sideline to sideline for us. But, man, at the end of the day, we got a tall-ass secondary, and it's going to be interesting to watch, especially with some of the tight ends we got to go and face, especially with the Travis Kelce, just kind of, you know, Jeremy Chin, pop Travis Kelce a couple times underneath that face mask, and we'll see how we work. Cool, man. And then prime time, hey, you're saying, have you noticed – Raiders have Jacorian listed as a slot corner on depth chart. Now, I didn't see the Raiders release the depth chart. So if they have Jacorian as a slot corner, it's interesting.
No, he won't be slot.
I don't think so, but that is very interesting. I'd be crazy if they try to switch him up like that. And just another DJ, that DNA blood test revealed deflated. Yeah, I'm with you.
Ancestry.com.
So is Kermit going to make a curtain call? You never know. We'll see in training camp as it did last year.
It better not.
I know exactly. So maybe that's why he was hurt. He didn't want to back all that shit up. And so, we basically just went over the entire offensive roster, entire defensive roster. The main reason why we do that is just to kind of take a look when June 1st cuts come up. There are, at the end of the day, some position groups where I think that we definitely got to focus on. We talked about it. We looked at what? Potentially running back, guard position, possibly. We looked at the edge position. But again, another shout out, Chris. You had Ja Joyner on there. Fire interview. We're hoping the best that he can produce. But at the end of the day, definitely got the edge position on the radar when June 6th pops up. Definitely linebacker. I think the overall consensus between this panel here as well as the chat, this linebacker group, you know, definitely has a lot of question marks at the very least. We feel like we're pretty set at corner because of what some of the players that we have out there and the depth that we've been able to prioritize. And the safety group, could we probably bring in another safety or maybe in a slot corner? Possibly. But we do have, I think, $34 million in salary cap. So don't be surprised if we make another move or they allocate that to potential extensions. So, man, that kind of sums it up, man. We appreciate everybody rocking with us. Giant Ocean signing off always, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you checking in, man. You were here damn near the whole time, man. We appreciate you. Prime time, actually, that was ESPN depth chart. All right, cool. Well, I'll still check it out. We'll see what that depth chart looks like. But, man, appreciate it. we went through this. I think you'll start to hear some rumblings about the June 1 cuts, maybe a week before June 1, that last week of May. And so, but we're also probably next week, the schedule release goes out on Wednesday. We might pop on with you guys at the later in the day for that schedule release. But remember, Bakersfield, not this weekend, but next weekend, Saturday, May 17th. We're going to be there, Raider Nation Summer Kickoff. Make sure you guys go check in with us. Even afterwards, the Clarion Hotel, we're going to go link up with everybody, do a meet and greet afterwards as well. So make sure you guys go hit us up if you're going to go check in Bakersfield. Prime time, let me know if you're going to roll too, because we're all going to be there, man. But yeah, that's it. We appreciate everybody rocking with us. Well, we're going to end it off with this. Chris, man, let them know what they can expect from you and what you got going on throughout the week.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Chris with Protect the Shield podcast. As you guys know, got this show with my boys every Tuesday and Sunday. Had of course, you guys that don't know, had the rookie Ja Joyner on today. Had a great interview with him, about 30 minutes. I just posted the link in the chat for anyone that missed it. Check it out. It's a good watch. Seemed like a real cool guy, man. That's gonna put some good work in. So Wednesday got my Spicy Shield talk with Spicy Raider Girl. And then I got my show with Dub Raider. And he drops our content every Sunday. So make sure you guys check that out. So just grinding right now, man. And make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the content, man. Appreciate every last one of y'all. And again, prayers up to my guy Turf, as he's going through his loss, man.
100%, man. 100%. Everything, all the support to going out to Turf, man, without question. You guys, make sure you guys hit that like button and share it. If you guys can share it, we definitely appreciate it. Severe, let them know what you got going on throughout the week.
You guys know what it is, man. This Severe Raider here on YouTube, on IG, X, Snapchat, TikTok. I'm still on X, luckily. You guys know I'm out here every Tuesday, Sunday with my guys in the Raider Row Room. My brothers, 805 and Chris for Protect the Shield. I'm going to be hopping on probably another 30 minutes or so, doing the 50-50 show with my guy, PharoahNFL, and we'll be doing Around the Shield this Thursday as well, man. So, yeah, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hop over to my guy's channel, hit the thumbs up, make sure y'all sub, and share with some people, man, and stay tuned.
It's going to get popping because the schedule is going to come out before you know it. Practice is going to hit. There's going to be cuts because even though we're excited about the June 1 cuts, we're going to have our own cuts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So players are going to start flying off the board. They got to get down to that 53. It's going to be crazy. So make sure you guys tap in with us. We like to do our segments too. The Stardom Betcham Cut, man. I just want to show my appreciation to everybody in the chat that participate with that, man. It's fun. You guys make it fun.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we're doing the blind rankings as well. We have fun with that, so we definitely appreciate it. But remember, during the season, we also hit you guys up with a bunch of game film. So we basically do some film after every single game on Tuesdays, and we have fun with that. And so, man, we appreciate everybody. Just so you guys know, this is the Raider War Room. I'm 805 Raider Real Talk Raider Nation. I jump on here Tuesdays and Sundays with my guys, but I also do my own individual videos when news pops up, and I jump on with some other guys to show my support and appreciation for all the content creators. Man, that's one thing we do on here. It's community. It's community, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you rock with. If you rock with us, cool. We appreciate it. But if you want to go watch somebody else, man, you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And so, But at the end of the day, it's a community. We appreciate you guys. So, hey, we appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great start to your weekend when it gets there. But we'll see. Make sure you guys check back in with us on Sunday. Also, make sure you guys go show Jeff, any Raider boosters, some support as well, man. I appreciate you checking with us. So, Hey, guys, appreciate you. Again, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys on the next one. We're out of here.
Peace.